for 2.3 kilometers. And you have 4 loops from there. Boys, 4 loops. Girls, listen. 3 loops. Criterium, every lap points. 5, 3, 2, 1. You have to earn maximum points. Okay? Right?
Boys, 4 loops. Girls, 3 loops. यहाँ से 2.3
Good morning,
kilometers
everyone.
neutral
This is
zone, so
Shivangi
don't
from
need to
HCL,
rush.
and we
Fast
are
launch
at
we
the
will take a
HCL
break of 2
Cyclothon
minutes,
Noida
and then we flag
2025,
off.
the third
Villain
edition of
segment,
HCL
villain
Cyclothon
segment
Noida.
brief.
And what a great
आप
start to the morning.
bikers को cross नहीं
I'm
करेंगे.
very
Clear?
sure that the
Okay.
event is going to be filled with a lot of
I
energy,
request
lot of
everyone
adrenaline,
stay
and
on the
of course,
side.
a lot of fun. We
Professional
are live from God City Mall,
riders race will
and
start
this is the third edition.
sharp
We
2
had a
minutes.
humongous response. Over 2,600 cyclists
We would
have
like to
participated this year
Gautam
amongst
Budh Nagar
multiple
administration,
categories. Professional
Commissioner
riders,
Police
60-kilometer road race, 26-kilometer
We have
road
our
race, 26-kilometer MTB
respected
road race, and of
DCP
course our lovely
Traffic
green
Sir,
riders
Lakan
at
sir,
the
thank
end.
you so much for
So
the
stay
support.
tuned. We are going to soon
इस
flag
बार
off
जो
our
लोग यहाँ
first
हैं, मुझे
race
नहीं
from
पता
God City
how many
Mall,
of you can clap.
and I will now hand it
But-
over to my commentary box.
We would like to thank a lot. Sir, there's a lot of effort which has gone for last 1 month. So thanks to the entire traffic police who is mentioned there, the entire law management police. We have been doing this effort for last 1 month to block this entire course. All the best to all the professional riders. We'll start in sharp 60 seconds.
Hi, good morning.
Third
Welcome
edition of
everybody
HCL Cyclothon
to the
Noida
HCL
with a
Noida
cash prize
Cyclothon.
of 33 lakh
Here at the
rupees.
news studio, I am
The
Lubna
first flag
Siddiqui
off
with
for the
my very
professional
dear
rider
friend, great
starts in
journalist,
45 seconds.
Mr. Vijay Lokpalli from the Hindu newspaper.
Hello, Lubna. Good to be with you here.
Same here, sir. It's an honor to be presenting with you. And we can see some amazing cyclists all set to start the ride. And they're also enthusiastic and full of enthusiasm.
Eight,
And
7,
we are also so
6,
excited.
5,
Of
4,
course,
3,
once the race
2,
begins,
and
it's
go! Follow the marshals, all
and
the
so
race
much to talk
officials.
about.
Absolutely.
And here we
And
go.
yeah, it's a amazing start with the pyros and making it a very ceremonial start.
Lubna, let us tell the viewer this is the third edition of HCL Cyclothon, and I mean it's a very popular event now, and it shows that cycling
We'll take
is
a 2
popular
minute
in Delhi,
break
and
and
you
then the
have
girls will
been
go.
riding for so many years.
Yeah, so I can see the
Okay,
trend and
girls.
craze is, it's increasing
Good
only.
evening.
Back when we
यहाँ से
started,
2.3 kilometers neutral
it,
zone.
it used to
We
be
have
like
12
very few
stops here.
cyclists out there,
Okay.
and people used to
Once you
watch
stop,
us at
it's a
amusement,
3-loop course.
the kind of odd hours
From
we were
neutral zone to
riding and
6.3
all.
kilometer,
But
1
nowadays,
loop, and
it,
then
it
3
has
loops.
become
All
a
in
normal
3, not more
routine.
than that.
People are like
0.74.
fine, and it's a
Ready?
normalized thing, cyclist,
Starting in
and people are coming more and more
10
into it,
seconds. 10,
and
Yes.
which is a good thing
9,
to
8,
inculcate into the youth
7,
actually.
6,
uh,
5,
no,
4,
Correct.
this is the kind
3,
of best,
2,
one of the
and
best
the
physical
professional girls
activities,
for
and
the third
staying
edition
outdoors
of
rather than sitting
HCL
inside and
Cyclothon Noida.
watching the videos and playing video games.
And if you see, I mean, in Delhi, it's very, there are some groups who do this regular riding, and the best thing is it is safe because touchwood. I mean, I have not come across a news where a cyclist or a group of cyclists have been hit. Normally, it is safe, but of course, I mean, like you said, it's a great exercise for
Certainly,
fitness.
certainly.
And the highest number of participation for Noida edition uh, uh, uh,
2,500 plus
Yeah.
registrations have been made.
Yes, yes, yes.
And this is the third edition in Noida. Because before this, we had one in Hyderabad, and then before that, there was in Chennai, and then
Okay.
in Noida again.
Right.
So, this such events are great initiatives to invite more and more people to come and be a part of it. Some people who has some sort of hesitations, with such events, they get at least hands down on it.
True. And you can see just the fluency you can see.
Mm.
And I mean, it is, we have watched cycling in Asian Games, in Olympics, it's a very popular sport in Europe, definitely. There are some legends from the game. Unfortunately, India has not been able to catch on to the professional side of it. I mean, we have not been able to produce champions at the higher level.
I'm sure we are on a verge, we are yet to reach there, but I'm sure there are some great cyclists, in the elite categories when we have such races, and then we have the, fast riders and high speed riders. And then in certain categories, we are coming up with such, athletes. And I'm sure we are yet to reach that point when we have some international, cycling sports people and cycling champions and kind of that thing. Because I've seen, there are like academies and there are agencies who are now training cyclists. So far, till now we are into what we say, like, as a hobby we are cycling. But
Yes.
now, some professional academies are there, professional trainings are being done. So I'm sure coming in, upcoming time, we're going to have such champions and athletes who are going to play, perform on international level.
Correct, correct, correct. And I remember in my time, a cycle was a luxury. You wouldn't go and you would go to these. There were these shops which would give you a cycle on hire,
Ah,
and
yeah,
you would spend half the day going around on that cycle. So it was great fun.
certainly.
There was less of traffic, and there's so much to people would kind of say five of us they spot us cycling. I remember once going from Delhi to Faridabad on a cycling kind of picnic with 10 of us. It was great fun.
It is indeed. So I think weather is great, and it's a great time to start for a 50-kilometer kind of a long ride. And we can see the enthusiasm and the spark on the faces of the cyclists. They're going so far, so good.
Yeah, so, and you have done a lot of cycling yourself. What do you think is the most important aspect of cycling? A good is it equipment based in the sense if you have a good cycle you can be a good cyclist, or is
Uh,
it skill?
just to begin with, yes, both has, equally important role to play. When I say equipment, safety is of utmost important. I would really recommend to wear at least helmets and have lights if you're doing it odd timings, maybe early in the morning or late in the evening.
Yeah.
Have lights, and helmet is very, very important. Then skill, yes, we have to learn about the, whatever kind of cycle we are riding, but then we have to know about our capabilities,
Yeah.
the kind of cadence we maintain. And it is what we have to realize about our body, because every body is, is different, every individual is different. And I personally, I realized it when initially I started riding with the groups. And then, when you're with the group, you tend to stick to the group. But it is when you ride solo and
Huh.
you find out your weaknesses, where you have to work, where you are excelling, so you realize it. So, over a period of time, you learn what it's like, about your body.
फिर आप कैसे आई साइकिलिंग में?
So cycling was a childhood dream, it was a dream. Cycling to me was a childhood dream. And I learned it much later, recently in 2017. And yes, from there it was no looking back.
मतलब you learned to cycle in
Yeah, yeah,
17?
yeah.
Oh.
And before that, it was like a dream to me. Like I used to be, it was like, it was like a celestial thing to me. How, how are people able to ride that two-wheeled thing, which, which doesn't even have a support. It was a
True.
celestial thing for
Correct,
me.
correct, correct, correct. और मैं तो किसी को नहीं मिला हूँ जिसको चोट ना लगी हो सीखने में.
अरे बहुत मैं बहुत गिरी हूँ मतलब even till after started riding I used to I was a famous personality among the groups, the lady who falls off of often. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this
yeah.
second category is going to start off. That second category is amateurs, which is I think 26, 23 kilometers.
Okay.
And yeah, I think they're going to start from this point.
Professions वाला तो हो गया था flag off, right?
Yes, yes. Elite riders was flagged off.
Yeah.
And now it is going to start the amateurs category,
Yeah.
which is 60 kilometers
Okay.
and 26 kilometers.
Wow.
The kind of bikes they're using is like road bikes and hybrid bikes. And they will follow the elite riders. So when we talk about the elite riders, which we see before to this, so they're like high speed riders, and so that is the reason they start earlier. So they cover the race first, and after a few minutes of some time, the second category start, which follows up.
This is 50 kilometers.
This is amateur race category, which
Huh.
is 60 and 26 kilometers.
Okay. Okay.
This is slightly less I would say maybe slightly slower than the elite ones are like the fastest ones,
Right.
what we just saw them
Yeah.
riding.
Yeah. So आप अगर जाती तो कौन से वाले में participate करती?
Amateur for sure.
Amateurs.
Because for elite you need certain kind of training, which obviously I'm not under that kind of a training or practices. I'm still an amateur rider, so I enjoy my ride. Speed comes, I do enjoy speeding in cycling, but not often.
So are you still regularly doing your cycling in?
Not so regularly. Sometimes I'm going for cycling. But yes, from next month onwards, I have to put that into a discipline that, twice or thrice a week I go out cycling. I do
Right.
have a road bike, and
Okay.
it's a next level thrill when you ride a road bike, it flies.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So the second category is going to start off. So this category has just started off. So you see the difference, when you saw the elite riders. So they were more into cadence and uh, riding together. So now
Yeah.
it's an amateur riding. So everybody's trying their best to stay up and above. And actually I think this category is going to be the most fun category, because everybody has different capabilities, because they've trained differently, they've practiced differently. And
And the speed factor would be important here
yes,
in this
yes,
category.
yes. I think, yes, yes, that is important. Now they've like started creating a formations which we call drafting, if they are at all trying to do that. So the riders ride one after another, and they drift in a trail.
Oh.
So cutting the air flows, and giving the speed to all the fellow riders.
So are they setting the pace? No, it's not pace
No,
setting.
right
No.
now they're just, so yeah, that is the reason. They're just going.
And how do they keep track of the distance covered?
So there are certain apps and certain gear which we often put. There is a speedometer which we can put on the cycle bar. There is gears which they wear. Some apps in the mobile phone. So they keep watching what speed they are going on, what timing, what distance is covered, heart rate, and so many things depending on the feature of that gear.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they can always keep a track of it, what cadence is it, so, and the slope, incline, and everything they can monitor while riding only.
Correct. Yeah, and Lubna, I think we should tell the viewers that this HCL Cyclothon is one of the largest road cycling events in India and the highest prize money.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so prize monies, because I have been presenting a few events, so there are some great prize monies which they're presenting to the winners and in certain categories. So which again is a very important factor. It's a motivation for at least riders to perform and win. Although it's like very no, it's not very important, it doesn't hold anything. Everybody cannot win, and there's no need to be winning everybody.
Yes.
Coming up, showing up, and being part of it, practicing the sports, that is what's more important.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. I mean, it is, and you can see the facilities in the sense the route and the what should I say, the quality of the road or surface or whatever you call it, is absolutely.
So it's a wonderfully organized event. I saw previous ones as well, even outside Delhi. It was like Hyderabad, Chennai, and all.
Yeah.
So all the facilities they provided, and safety and security for the riders, and traffic as well, traffic management, and
Yeah, yeah.
everything, other managements and
Yes.
hydrations and things. If you could see, there's a lot of traffic police, there's a lot of police, and then there are marshals and a lot of correspondents who are being part of it, not only riders, but then there are facilities to riders, which makes a rider comfortable and ride freely, because on normal days when we ride, so we have all the traffic and other hindrances. But when we that is another reason, we people prefer to go to such events. You get a clear ground to ride, which normally we don't get.
Yeah, and these events are held with the support of the state government.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
mean, police is there to, I mean, kind of monitor traffic.
So that's the route. I think they're crossing Gore City Mall, Greater Noida, and we can see the route on the screen right now. And we can see road is nice, smooth, and beautiful. There are correspondents on bike covering the videos and photographs.
Right, yeah.
And there is a medical healthcare facility. There are like ambulances and everything is there. So
Yes.
it's a nicely organized event.
And the cyclothon has sparked a unique fitness movement for cycling enthusiasts.
Certainly, certainly. And it inspires them to amplify their potentials and lead activities, and to live a healthy life. It is very important.
In fact, in Europe, cycling is very, very popular. You are encouraged to use a cycle.
Yes, so with this point, I would like to mention, yes, it's not only about morning rides and just rides starting from one point to another. Now, when we have a lot of people coming into cycling, the initiative should be inviting more and more people to use cycle as a commute,
Okay,
which
yeah.
some like people do right now. Even I used to commute to my office by cycle,
Wow.
though the distance was less, like 6-7 kilometers only.
Still, yeah.
But I used to, which is a great thing. I've seen people coming from the long distances, like 13-14 kilometers also.
Correct.
Depends profession to profession, but then wherever possible we should use cycles
Correct.
to leave least carbon prints.
And this professional elite race, which we are watching now, 50 kilometers,
Mhm.
what would be the time, ideal time you, in your opinion, would be to cover this distance? Which for which
So
you would say, okay, this is a good timing.
for 50 kilometers, like a good elite, when we say elite race category, so a good speed is going to be like 20-21 kilometers per hour kind of a speed, which is a very good speed.
Okay.
21, 25,
Right.
maintaining it,
Yeah.
average speed 20. So probably it'll take like 1 hour 15 minutes type, depending
Okay.
upon everybody's capabilities, but considering that amount of time.
Yeah. And I mean, since you have been kind of not professional, but you've been a regular cyclist, is it advisable to stay in a bunch? I mean, I can see
Not
there are
a
different.
yes. Bunch is not a very good idea, I must say. If you're riding in groups and of a larger people, it is better either to stay in a trail one after another, or slightly different, like on a pattern. There are certain patterns, but not a bunch, because in a bunch kind of a thing, if any one cyclist they loses the balance or anything, so it leads so many cyclists to lose their balance and fall off. So it's either drafting, which they do like one after another. It helps all the cyclists as well. The first cyclist in the trail, he cuts the air like wind and air, and it gives speed to every rider behind.
Right.
And then there are like turn wise, they come to the front, the another cyclist come to the front, and that is how they do it.
Yeah.
So, with this cyclothon, HCL wants to create a platform for elite professional cyclists to showcase their talent but also inspire and motivate the young generation to take up cycling. Not just as a fitness sport, but also to embrace it as a lifestyle choice, what we were just discussing. And I personally, I want people, that's a thought of mine. Most of the people who are able to cycle, they should really do cycling
Okay.
in terms of using it as a commute, which I just mentioned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, in rural India, small towns, cycling is very popular in the sense it is a main source of moving
Commute.
around
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
don't have city buses or the kind of transport, public transport available in big cities. So cycling, I think cycle is a good thing to have. And most school students, I think in rural India,
They
they
cycle to
go
the
to school on
schools.
cycle and even colleges.
They do. Yeah, and I think it's a great activity.
It is,
Even
no
in
doubt.
Delhi, we see a lot of so many people are commuting with those Atlas cycles to their work. So in when we mornings or evening, we see people going or coming back from offices, and I think that is a kind of culture we should also inculcate in other zones. Not only the home guards and milk guy should go on the cycling,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah,
everybody should.
yes. And I remember, all these, even now, the newspaper vendors in the morning,
They used to come on
they
cycle.
come even where I live, a whole lot of these vendors, they use cycle.
Uh,
Yeah, and of course, I mean, once if you can afford, they may be going around on a scooty or a
Actually,
bike.
nowadays scooties have replaced in such things,
Yeah.
Dudwalas and the newspaper guy to the scooties. People want more comfort, but that is the reason I'm saying people
Yes,
should really get back to the cycling
yes,
thing.
yes. And Lubna, I see HCL has conducted four editions of initially successful in Noida, Chennai, and Hyderabad,
Yeah.
where I mean they received overwhelming participation
Mm.
from more than 10,000 cyclists,
Oh, that's
which is
huge
a fantastic
number.
number.
Absolutely.
And this would be the best weather.
I'm sure. Yes. So this is the best time and best weather to ride. Although through the year it's the best time to, ride. Whatever weather it is, you can
Yeah,
always ride.
yeah.
But yes, these are the times when, it's most suitable to go for the long rides and go for high speed rides.
And this, sorry, this cycling is very different from what you would do in the mountains.
Absolutely. So this is what do we call endurance riding, which we do on the straight trails, flat roads and with the road bikes, with the endurance cycles and racing cycles. And then there is the one which is called mountain biking, which is more rough, with the shockers, different kind of shockers in the cycles and on the uneven surfaces, ups and downs, and pebble roads or whatever. That is something totally different.
And is it an expensive sport to have as a hobby?
Uh,
How
I
many
would
cycles do you have at
say
home?
I have two cycles at home, and the total, yes, the cycles, the apparatus is yes costly, but again, I would not want to mention it for reason being I don't want to restrict it in terms of indeed there are some very costly cycles and accessories, but at the same time, yes, we have the reasonable and affordable categories. So it is not restricted to as a very I would say costly affair. We can get cycles starting from 3,000, 4,000 bucks, and just take it and go. It is us who are propelling it. So cycle could be any, it is us who are going to ride it.
Correct. Correct, correct. And what are these cycles with gear?
So that is
How are
when,
they different?
yeah, it definitely affects your speed and your endurance and the kind of energy we put while we're cycling. When there are cycles which doesn't have any gear, which we normally use to get it. So whatever surface it is, if you're going straight, if you're going on an incline, or if you're going on a slope, you bodily you have to like put the pressure in the pedaling.
Right.
But when you have gears, so you can set, if you're on an incline, you can set a certain gear and then you get to put less effort. And then when you are slope, you change the gear and the same kind of effort you're putting. So that is yes, there is a benefit of using the cycles with gears, and that is useful, I must say. So that's a beautiful ambience they've created in here, cheering up the cyclists. They're
Yeah.
enjoying
Yes.
and warming up as well. It's a
Yes.
great warming up thing and very important. So warming up before cycling and stretching is, yes, indeed very important, because if we just start cycling, it may give us some certain cramps and
Yeah.
some trouble.
Yeah.
So yes, warming up and certain stretching is very, very important
Yeah. In
before
fact,
starting
warm
your
up
ride.
and cool down, as they say
Absolutely,
it.
very important,
Yeah,
very
because
important.
any sport, I think, warm up is mandatory. You can't just
Certainly.
go and start playing on the field. You will have to. Your
And that is
body has
very
to.
that is very dangerous as well. Before without stretching and warming up, you start doing anything.
Yeah.
So it is dangerous for your body as well.
Yes, yes. I have seen. I mean, so many times it has happened where a player or a sportsman would have taken the field without proper warm up, and he would have ended up with injuries.
Yes,
Pulling up a muscle.
happens.
Yeah. So, but of course, in modern times, I think most sportsmen are aware of the needs to be fit to do proper warm up, and I think all professional teams they have proper physios who will guide you.
Certainly, they do. So the day has come up, and cyclists appears to be in the same kind of energy so far. I wish the energy retains till the end of the 50 kilometers, 55 kilometers.
Yeah, but this is good. I mean, they are cheering up. There is music,
Hmm.
and
Extremely crazy energy. I love you guys. Come on, clap for yourself. Come on. Give a pat to yourself. Say, shabash. Good job, because I understand it's not that easy to be here so
I
early in the
think it
morning
has
with all
become
the energy.
very
But good
professionalized
job.
now.
Much.
Even
पीछे खड़े लोग
this,
जो ऐसे
as
देख रहे
we are watching, getting you to do
हैं। हो
warm
गया?
up also
The
is a
show is
very
over. Now
enjoyable
you have to
exercise.
participate.
It is
Okay?
indeed.
All the orange
It gives them
t-shirts.
a morning wake up thing as well. If
Please,
some
come on, let's
cyclists
go.
can
Let's
get
come
into this,
forward
please.
and let's
Yeah,
swing.
yeah, yeah.
Let's party together. Come on.
Absolutely.
Forward, all of you. Keep your bicycles on the sides. And keep your, raise your hands up. Up.
I have
want
seen
to see
these
all the
marathons
participants raising their hands
where
up. Hi. Hi, do you know my
you
name?
just want to. You have done a marathon
I
as
have
well.
done quite a few.
जानते हैं कि नहीं जानते मुझे?
Quite a few. I remember about 2 years
Alright,
back.
guys. My
Even-
name is
even this
Shelly
year I
and
did.
absolutely welcome all of you.
One.
Now,
I did.
do you want more?
So yeah, all these events
or
are
no?
very important to
No,
invite,
I cannot go ahead with this energy.
I mean,
I want more. Come on.
motivate more
Do you
and
want
more
more?
people to come and be part of some physical
पीछे वाले?
activities, which is actually the need of the
Yes.
hour.
जो
The world needs it. In
Yeah.
today's times, when we're all very
Absolutely, that
comfortable
is-
sitting inside a room or
Alright.
sitting anywhere with a screen in our hands only.
Yes.
It is very important to step out and do some sort of physical activities. And such events, we must really thank HCL to, initiating such events and inviting people and motivating them to come in the groups.
We'll do that. And your time starts now. Go. Quickly. Go. सारे participants जिन्होंने warm up किया जल्दी से पीछे से एक-एक बंदे को लेकर आएंगे ताकि you all do the warm up together. Each one get fun. Come on, we're giving it 2 minutes. अब इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि
And these HCL events were India's first ever timed professional races. And I'm told the prize money of more than 30 lakhs a year.
Lovely, lovely. So that's again a great motivation.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, at the end of it, you want to know what you've achieved.
Can you all clap for me? Hands up. All of you, जो पीछे
And these are the elite category cyclists who are going so smoothly and flawlessly.
All right, let's go, let's go.
And we can see the beautiful landscapes and beautiful buildings of
Yes.
Greater Noida.
Yes.
Dale.
2,500 cyclists in all categories, isn't it? Maybe we train and join these people next year.
Hopefully, yes, yes.
Not from the studio.
On the ground, we will be among the efforts are different. The kind of energy
Okay, good morning,
put
everyone.
into it, it's very, very, very different when you're
Okay,
running a
sorry for the
21
voice.
kilometers and when
Means
you're
breathing
riding
chal
a
rahi hai
50
isliye. For
kilometers.
all
Yeah.
the people who will do
So,
60-kilometer ride
but yes,
before
kind of
5 hours 6:55,
exertion is similar,
just a
and you have
reminder,
to train your body
road
accordingly. Look at these
race will
elite
start
category
after
cyclists.
2.3
Yes.
kilometer
You
of
see the
warm-up. That is
posture,
one.
you see
When
the
you start
cadence,
racing, stay
and
on
you
the
see
left-hand
the
side because जो
placements.
पहला टर्न
They're
आएगा,
also
U-turn
much
जो खुला है वो
into.
5:10 वालों का है, फिर
They're not
26
scattered,
आपका
even
U-turn
if they're
सबसे
in a
लास्ट
bunch,
होगा,
but they're
super
more
sure है.
organized.
So
If
until
you
on
see
this
their feet,
super
the
school,
cadence,
don't take a
they're
U-turn.
going on a constant speed. They're like
वरना
kabhi
वो जब आपकी
like
राइडिंग
sometimes
आएगी तो
they're
उसमें
going
U-turn
faster or
लेगा.
lower
Yeah.
speed and things.
Yeah.
Okay?
See, they're maintaining a
Where is
cadence.
this?
So
Yeah.
that is the kind of
So they
training they
have to
have.
start first
How
2.3
much pedaling
kilometers
is required,
Tutsur.
what kind of
When
effort
the
is
race
required,
starts, they have
what
to go up
speed
till
to
the
maintain
last
when you're
U-turn, which
going
is Mashkoor, come back,
up the hill,
get
Yeah.
finish
on
the
an
groups
incline or when
on the
you're on a
third
slope
group,
or on a
stay
flat
on the
road.
left-hand side
Yes.
and
So
finish
that is a kind of
600 meter
thing
ahead of
they
the group
learn
leaders.
over the period of years and
सबको समझ
over
में आ
the
गया है?
rides.
60-kilometer people, is it
And this
clear?
makes them different from
All
all
the
other
60
categories.
kilometer
When we will
riders,
see,
please raise
next
your
other
hand. This
categories
instruction
riding,
is
so we can see
only
the
for
difference.
you. Your
Kind
warm
of,
up starts
if you see,
warm
if
up
you see the pace
2.5
and
के
you don't
बाद
see a
आपकी
lot of
रेस शुरू
effort is
होगी.
being put
स्पर्श
because
कूल के बाद आपको
they've trained their
टर्न
bodies
तीसरा.
accordingly. But if you see
स्पर्श
other
कूल से आपको
categories now, we
तीसरा
can see people
यू
are
टर्न वहां
tired
से
and
यू
they're
टर्न
putting
लेना
So
है.
the entire
Sparsh
body
School is
thing
your
like
U-turn
that.
point
Yeah.
for 60
So
kilometer
yes, that is
riders.
the difference.
First is after
You see the
2.5
posture and you
Yes.
kilometers
see the
starts
kind
your
of
race
body
point number
movement and
1.
everything is
Sparsh
so
School is your
subtle.
U-turn.
It looks
Okay,
much
which
स्पर्श कूल
is
trained.
से आपको यू
The
टर्न
posture is
लेना होगा.
important, huh?
Alright,
right
everyone knows where is
Posture is
स्पर्श
It
कूल.
is
important.
very
Yeah.
on
important.
the
Yeah.
course. Okay.
Because
When
if
you
the
come
posture is
back to
not
the
right
loop
and you're
point,
just riding
जहाँ से आपका neutral
without
zone खत्म है, that's your
without any
loop end. So
thoughtfulness,
one
Yeah.
loop,
it'll
two,
be
three
harmful
loops
in the
of
long
that.
run.
On the
Actually,
third
maybe
loop,
giving you
stay
some sort of
left,
injury,
cross the 8
some
rupee
sort of
chalk and finish
defect.
before the Etida circle.
Posture is very, very
Okay?
important. It
Please
may,
make sure you count
if
your
you're not
loops,
sitting in a right
ride
position
safe, stay on the left
and
hand side, fast riders
you
को
ride
right में जगह दीजिए.
in that
Okay?
position for a
Thank you.
longer
Thank you.
duration,
Alright, everyone clear? Show me thumbs
it
up if
may
all is
affect
clear.
your spinal cord, some joints, some bones, or whatever. It is an thing. Thank you.
इफ्तार का टाइम कब होता है?
हो रहा है. It will live now. Oh, 7:30. Oh, there's time. Can you send this to me?
आपको भेजो.
So weather is beautiful here in Noida right now, and I can see there are no, certain winds. So it is making the it's making the ride more convenient for the riders. If you have wind pressures coming, especially from the opposite direction, that sometimes makes it difficult for the riders to ride in that direction. And if it's a side wind, then again creating a trouble for the speed. But when it's a tailwind,
Right.
when the flow is from your it's coming from the backside,
Yeah.
then it helps you to speed up, and you go with the flow.
But I'm seeing at no point can you relax. At no point.
No,
You
there is no.
cannot.
Even yeah, hydration is on the go, food is on the go, so you cannot stop and take a break. And so they're going on a lovely speed with no disturbing winds or currents right now, and cyclists are really enjoying their thing.
But this would be what another. I'm not getting the distance covered, but probably still hotting up.
Yeah.
But I love the rhythm.
Yes. So that is what you get to see in the elite category race. Yes, the rhythm, the cadence, the kind of organized manner they're riding in.
Yeah.
They're riding so close yet so safe.
Yes. That is important.
Very important.
I mean, to be an athlete, very special. I think in any form or any sport, a good athlete reflects, I think, what I should say, the health of the nation, because the more athletes you have, the more I would say it conveys the fitness of the society also. Because you see, increasingly, Rubna, the participation number has increased, whether it is cyclothon, marathon, or other events where they want the general public to come and participate.
Yes, absolutely. So that is the motive of organizing such events. Not only restricting any sport, maybe when cycling, to only to the sports people or to the trained uh, athletes, but to making it a general practice among the people. And we really must thank HCL and Gores and
Yeah, definitely.
for organizing this event.
Yes. And Lubna, I think we should use this to tell the viewers that there are very important partners who have supported this event, and to this government of Uttar Pradesh. They have done a wonderful job. Cycling Federation of India has to be there because they are the parent body to conduct the sport in the country.
And our venue partner Gore City Mall and host Gores, and recovery partner Hyper Ice, and pain relief partner Blue Heat. We must really thank all these agencies to make this event a successful event
Yeah.
and a safe ground for the athletes, which is very important. When all the facilities provided by the state government, traffic police, and local police in managing the traffic, as well as making it a safe ground for the athletes, cyclists, and also not make creating an inconvenience for the other people, for the traffic as well, because in some time we'll see this traffic is going to start up.
Yeah, but they would be able to. I mean, they've already crossed, or they will come back on the same route.
No, it's going to be a loop probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they should be able. They would have given traffic advisory.
Absolutely. So that is the reason, all these events are organized on weekends, obviously for the traffic purposes and for the, participants purposes.
Yeah.
But this traffic management is something very important.
Yeah, there is. I'm told a different. What should I say? A team, even for traffic police, even in like in the cycling federation or the athletics federation, where they are trained to conduct these races and manage the route and safety both.
Correct, correct, correct. So the cyclists are riding beautifully, and it's amazing to see the kind of cadence these three guys are showing up, and they're leading the race so far. And see how comfortably. Do you see the kind of comfort which we can see in their
Yeah.
posture and in their pedaling cadence?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. Because it doesn't look as
It
if.
looks so smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. I mean, even now, after about half an hour of cycling, they're not showing any signs of slowing down or any sign of fatigue.
That is the kind of training, they're like trained so that they're riding long distances in a certain speed, and then they maintain those speeds.
Right.
That is the beautiful part of this category.
Correct, correct.
And indeed, the gear is most expensive. The kind of cycles they're using, the road bikes they're using, indeed
Yeah.
are like some of the, top of the line bikes, and lovely bikes these are.
Even the kit, the entire kit must be, what should I say, has to be of top quality. The
Indeed,
helmets, your
yeah.
shoes.
Everything. So starting from the cycle, the material, like the lighter the material is, the more speed you can achieve. So carbon cycles, semi carbon cycles, then
Yeah.
the pedals with the cleats, that is optional, absolutely optional. From the cyclist to cyclist, what their preferences is. Some go with the pedals, some go with the cleats. Then helmet is of utmost important.
Yeah, without
Then
helmet, you can't.
so yeah, there are certain things which every I will not again not restricted to again to cyclists, but then these are the basic things which we consider as a cycling kit, the first hand kits, which is, to be very obvious, the cycle, the right kind of helmet, the right kind of shoes, then hydration on the cycle, then there is, because it is something when we are riding for the long or short rides, we
Yeah.
get a puncture or something.
Yeah.
So you can change the puncture. So you get a cycling puncture kit. It is just a motive. It depends cyclist to carry it or they get it done from outside. But that is the beauty of cycling out the roads. It makes you more independent as well. You're riding and then you get a puncture. You get down, you change the puncture, and then you put all.
You're able to, you can fix the puncture.
I can.
Ah.
And I have done. Like I'm not an expert at it, but yes, I know how to do this and I did it.
Yeah.
So
Good, good,
yes,
good.
and then you again inflate with your pump. I know, and then you get back on the road, and it gives you an amazing sense of independence and strength. I must say, it makes you feel stronger and very. it is motivating, and
Yes.
then they keep hydration. If you could see, they kept 2 to 3 bottles because they're not going to stop through the 50 kilometers.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, at the bottom
Yes,
right
yes,
they have,
yes.
so they, and then they keep some energy bars in the pocket, so because obviously it's a human
Right.
body, and
Yes.
riding at that speed for very long distances, you need some hydration, you need some energy refueling.
Yes.
So they keep energy bars, some hydration, maybe some energy drinks, and they keep sipping and eating it, biting it, and they're on the move,
Yeah.
which is the beauty about this thing.
Correct,
You see,
correct.
they're not going to stop.
I would love to see people coming out and cheering for them.
Certainly,
Of course,
yes.
it's too early for them, maybe.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
So
then these events are held in the morning only.
yeah. So as the day will come up, you'll see more, people will start to come on the sides of road and they will admire and they will see the
Yeah.
cycle race and thing.
Yeah, yeah.
See, look at their faces.
Yes.
They're going effortlessly.
True. And they're very cheerful. Very, very cheerful. So what happens? Say at some point somebody is lagging. Do they wait for him to complete the race or what?
Yes, yes, they do. They do wait for, till in such events, till the last participants hit the end line,
Yeah.
people are monitoring them because that's very important as well,
Okay.
because if there are some emergencies or some need, some requirements are there, the last person is also monitored if they need some support, some help. That
Yeah.
is very important, and that is the responsibility of the organizers as well. They cannot leave, they cannot only go away with the winners and the fast pacers. They have to keep a check on the last ones as well,
Yeah.
and that is a motivation, that is a kind of motivation which we get in such events, and we feel safe to go there. That is also very important, safety is very important. So going to such events is also, giving you sense of safety while you're riding.
Right. Lubna, this HCL was founded in 1976 and is one of India's first tech startups.
Okay.
Yeah, and they pioneered modern computing and now houses one of the world's largest technology companies.
That's wonderful. So
And
now
I know
you
for one thing, HCL sponsors a whole lot of sports events.
oh, is it?
Yeah, and cultural events.
Which is, I think, very good, to
Yeah,
keeping the
yeah.
people up and about. So now you see, as the day is coming up, you see more and more locals coming and standing on the sides of road and admiring the race, or maybe waiting, to cyclists pass and they have to go for their day-to-day activities. But
Yeah.
now the day has come up, and now you'll see locals and people and cyclists and other things. They'll start showing up.
Yeah, correct.
So that's the route, and yes, it's a loop. Starting from the flag of point, going up till the Vanota village, and then taking a U-turn from there, crossing the Gujjar Samrat Mihir Bhoj Chowk, and then coming back to the Gaur Chowk.
Okay.
Lovely speed it is, no?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. The fluency and the rhythm they haven't lost. Which is why I think if you see cycling, the distance cycling is a very lovely spectacle. And so that the event, the Tour de France, is so popular. And you see how people are throng the route to cheer the cyclists. Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
it is. It is. And they support them a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we are yet to develop that thing. I must say we are yet to develop that thing here. Although people respect cyclists a lot, but we are yet to develop that skill among the generals.
That the France race which I was mentioning, it has such a picturesque route. Oh my
Beautiful,
God,
beautiful
beautiful.
route. That route is actually
Yeah,
beautiful.
and every part of the event is covered. Every part.
Yes, agreed.
Sometimes, I mean, there are obviously motorcyclists along with the cyclists capturing the progress, and
Correct.
there are shots from the helicopter also. They're
They
so
do.
beautiful.
And the route is the entire route and everything is so picturesque, you
Yeah.
know, it's beautiful.
Yes. And what I like is the participation of the people, whether it's going through a big town, small town, or a village, they are just cheering the cyclists.
They are, they are.
And it's part of the culture, I think, sporting culture in France, that the event where, I mean, the people, the citizen, they take pride in supporting it.
Correct.
I must say that even Cycling Federation of India has done its bit, but ultimately it boils down to whether you have the talent or not. I mean, yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is a beautiful drone shot, and we can see a lovely sunrise as well up there.
yeah,
And we can see some local traffic has also started up.
yes,
And they've beautifully managed it, you know, they've given the other side of the road to the traffic,
yeah,
and the other side, balance side of it, is they've kept for the cyclists to give them a comfortable space to ride in.
yes.
That is where we, you know, the traffic police comes into the scene and they do a beautiful job in such events.
And I think maybe if it ends, if it should end by 9 o'clock, that's the time when they can do it without much of traffic. Because beyond that, then obviously you will have to monitor it very closely. But even the picking the route is a very professional job.
Yes, to see, you know, a nice smooth road, which and to create a loop for that kind of a distance,
Yeah.
and to see another very important thing is to see how to create the alternate route for that specific portion of the road which is blocked. So
Correct. And you have to allow the traffic also to move.
yes, we
Ah,
cannot hinder it at all
yeah.
because we have to keep the locals in the consideration as well.
Yes. Would a bike cost if I have to participate in this event next year?
Here, when we talk about this, when we talk about elite category race, so the registration fees was about 1499 rupees, and when we talk about amateurs race category, that again of the same price. Amateur MTB categories, okay, these are like almost that 1499. Then the green ride is about 499 rupees.
Okay.
So kind of like yes, about like 1499 kind of a price, and then you get it is not that then you get a bib set, then you get all these supports, you know, facility through the event,
Yeah.
which is like hydration, snacks, safety,
Yeah.
and other you know promotional things. So you get a lot of value out of that thing, that
And
money.
also a certificate.
Certainly, that is very important. And these certificates also help you to register for next events. You know, there are some events which are certificate based. So these certificates are very important, which we get from such reputed events.
Yeah, yeah. No, they are not in a bunch. They are
They're trailing, drafting. They are drafting.
drafting means what? You follow
So
the.
drafting is a technique of riding where, as I said, the riders ride in certain pattern. Either it is linear or a diamond formation, and other formations are there. So there is this one cyclist who leads the trail. He cuts the air pressure and he speeds and he see the roads ahead. Then the other cyclists, they follow the trail in a straight line, maintaining a safe distance, and it gives them I think an easy space to ride in a speed because the front cyclist is cutting the wind.
Okay.
And then there are some signs, if there is a hurdle in the road, if there is a speed breaker, if they have to stop or slow down, the rider at the front, he shows them those signs with his hand movement, and then the message is conveyed further behind. So that is a technique of riding, and
Yeah.
it gives a certain kind of an it gives them an ease of riding as well to the fellow riders. And turn wise, they come on the front. Not only one cyclist he keeps leading, so turn wise they come to the front.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do they decide who will take turn?
Normally, if they say, like, it is just personal coordination, whatever. And if somebody is leading and the other cyclist comes up, so normally they just understand, and it is just a personal and non-verbal communication, and it goes well smooth.
Okay.
And if you can see, time to time, we can see the cyclists hydrating themselves, snacking, munching onto something.
But what kind of fitness they must be maintaining? I mean, regularly,
Yes,
this is fine. I mean, on a Sunday, you go and participate in an event, but then they must have prepared very well for it.
absolutely. So regular practices and trainings are required, and that is what makes them, that for anything, and it brings us to the perfection or to the fluency.
Right. So, have you looked at yourself as a professional cyclist developing in some point of time?
I really would. I wish to,
Ah,
but certainly I need to give that amount of time to it. If yes, definitely, if I could, for with the regular practice, I could definitely do that. But there have been times, I once went for an event. It was a short ride for about like 15 kind of a 15-20 kilometers thing. And I rode at an average speed of 25 kilometers an hour. And it was a
which is
long
good.
distance, yes. So that is, yes, when you're in regular practice and you're riding maybe daily or twice or thrice a week, you can definitely achieve this kind of a performance. So right kind of training, yes, right kind of cycling techniques are required, which you have to learn, and it's a wonderful thing. You can definitely achieve this kind of cadence, speed, posture, and comfort, where that's very important.
And where is the pressure? Is it on obviously legs because your legs are moving constantly,
Yeah.
but back?
So when you talk about pedaling, so we pedal with the toes,
Okay.
and to ride efficiently, we put the effort on the hip joint, not on the knees.
Okay.
That is how we have to practice, and that I have also learned only with my fellow cyclists, and they taught me these techniques. And once you try, and once you get a hold of how you ride with your hip joint and with the toe and everything, so you can definitely, it gives you speed automatically, it gives you speed
Yeah.
when you're riding with your toe.
Yes. But how long would it take for an average person to kind of with obviously with practice to achieve this kind of like what we talk you talk about fluency, then the rhythm and the cadence, and I mean, how long? Maybe a year or more?
So I am a very average person. I'll tell about myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So as I said, I just learned riding in 2017, and to be precise, it was August. August 15, I started to learn the cycle for the first time. And in February, August 15th, 2017, I rode for the first time. I sat on a cycle. And in February 2018, I went to a Delhi to Chandigarh ride.
Oh my God.
So,
Fantastic.
so with the right kind of training, yes, with the right kind of practice and learning, I must say, I think you don't need a lot of time, maybe a month or two, or, it depends on person to person and their capabilities and kind of amount of time they want to devote to this thing. So it's very it's not a hard thing, I must say.
Remember, I did a feature on your group of cyclists,
Yes.
and we went to this tomb.
Afzal Khan too, it was, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Brilliant it was.
Yes,
I've
and
seen
then
it for the first time. I've lived in Delhi, but I
so
had not
so we
known that
did,
tomb.
yeah. So we did, and it was an amazing experience. I met you there for the first time, uh, and such things. These I would love to do things to promote cycling and any kind of health and fitness and sport. And I would love to see a day when people will start to commute on cycling.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really waiting for that day. So I can see the next category is all set to start up. Cyclists are gearing up, hydrating themselves, munching and snacking, and they're all set and they look so happy to start. They're excited. So this is the second race which is going to start. That is
Amateur road race.
amateur road race, 26 kilometers. So it is going to start very soon, which we can see here. This is that category.
Yeah. 6:55.
It is
So
going to
another
start.
4 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
So this will be 26 kilometers.
Yes.
This, I think, I can see a larger participation, Lumna, in this
Yes.
category.
Yes. So as I
More than
said,
the
yes. Now, as the category is going to generalize, so more and more participants will come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
The
do you
green race is
expect?
going to have the maximum number of riders, if you would see. And those are like
Okay.
beautiful people. Those are, every, like, a lot of people we have, the newbies and, those who cycle on and off regularly. And they're so excited, full of enthusiasm. And
Yeah.
that is the category who enjoys the event to the most.
Correct.
Oh, there is a mishap.
Yeah. I just.
Oh, there is a mishap. Oh, no.
It was. They were trying to avoid.
Oh, I hope the cyclist is fine and I'm like,
Yeah. Hopefully, let us pray he's fine.
to another category, they're just going to flag it off. So hoping that the cyclist who fell down is okay, and we are going to start very soon this third category of the race.
Yeah.
And I hope all riders they ride safe and complete the event and go back home healthy and safe. We
Yes.
pray for their safety.
So 26 kilometers you expect in what?
So with this category, 26 kilometers, where we have a mix of bikes, of the road bikes and mountain bikes and hybrid cross country bikes, 26 kilometer. These this category may take about, say, 45 to 50 minutes or kind of an hour time. I would consider that.
But this would be amateur one.
Amateurs,
Amateur, yeah.
yeah.
Amateur road race for 60 kilometers.
Yes, 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 yes. 60 will take more time.
More time. So
About
the
like
bigger
one and a half
participation,
kind of a
yeah,
time,
yeah,
one and a
yeah.
half.
Yeah, we were talking about the amateur road race, 26 kilometers.
Correct, 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 correct. And these are the beautiful roundabouts of Greater Noida, wide roads,
Yeah,
giving an ample opportunity to the cyclist to go carelessly and freely.
this is probably about to start.
Yes,
A minute or so before they take off.
almost
And
there.
I can see a
Yes,
couple of veterans also, senior
yes,
citizens,
yes, yes, yes. There
which
are.
is in the amateur category. Yeah. Were you not tempted to participate?
I was, yes, yes, I am. Mm, and I hope in the next HCL event, you will not see me here. You will see me there.
Oh, I'll talk about you, don't worry. So, elite race, 50 kilometers, and amateur road race, 60 kilometers.
Yes.
I mean, is there a time limit in which they have to complete to qualify?
Yes, for the winners, yes, there is a first of all it is yes who reaches first, and
Yeah,
then there is a certain. I think there is no time limit in this event. It is just who comes first, second, and third.
maybe a cutoff time for you to be acknowledged as a prime cyclist, like in marathon.
Marathons,
Of
yes,
course, they
there is a
wait.
cutoff
They
time.
wait. Yeah, here it
So
is.
here it is. They started again with again same kind of enthusiasm and energy. So in this category, you will see a mix of bikes as well, the kind of rider, the riding styles, and everything. You will see a mix because this is the one of the largest, number of participants in this category you will have because it's, and you'll see a lot of variety in this of cyclists and cycles and styles and everything, and speeds also.
Yeah.
So in this category, you will see, a lot of different speeds and in which cyclists are racing.
I was trying to know what would be the difference between the elite and the amateur.
So we were just as we were just witnessing the elite cyclists. So they have that kind of I would say training and practice in which they can ride in the same maintained speed and cadence for the longer distance or shorter distance, but they will maintain that cadence and speed. They're not going on a higher pitch when they're starting and then they get tired and then they slow down at some point. No, they will maintain that speed through the distance.
Right.
And that is what, and then there is a certain speed which they maintain, which makes them elite category. And that is the reason they start first off so that they, in a faster pace, they can complete the thing and then they leave ground for other participants as well. And also without, other slow participants creating any kind of hindrance into their flow because they need a clear ground. Then when we talk about amateurs category, here we get a mixed population, because everybody is not so well trained or well practiced. There are some cyclists who are on and off cycling and they are, they're like kind of legends into it. They've been riding for so long and then they come for such events.
Right.
Oh, there is another fall. I hope all the cyclists, they ride safely and they go back home safely.
We'll try and come back to you again after a while with the specific number of participants in each category because
Yes, we really must
yeah,
tell our viewers as well, so that everybody gets inspired, and next time
yes,
we may have the double of the numbers.
absolutely, yeah, 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 including you.
Me included, absolutely.
But Lubna, tell me something. There are these two pilots at the.
So they will lead till a certain distance, and then
Oh,
they will move off.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And why is that? I mean, are they? Is
Just,
it?
I think it's just for the just to begin the race, and maybe for motivation and see the ground clearances, I assume. And then they're also covering it up.
Okay.
The cameraman sitting behind the marshals.
Yeah.
You will see they're covering up the race and pictures and everything.
Correct. Because now they are following a certain pattern. I think then probably after some distance they will go their own way,
Yeah, so
set the
yes,
speed and
so this is what I was telling you about this category. So you will
yeah,
see different people, different cycles, different practices, different
yes,
styles, and that makes this category more generic, and
yeah,
you will see maximum number of participants in it.
yes,
And these are the cyclists, but we say call the regular. So we are coming back to the elite cyclists. Now you see the difference,
yeah, yeah.
in the numbers as well, in the riding style,
Uh-huh.
in everything. These are like more trained people, and
So you think the amateur group will also have similar posture when they cycle?
some will,
Some will.
who are into regular training and practices, but
Right.
they're not up to that speed,
Yeah.
like to participate in the elite category. Some definitely will, some are there, like some good athletes are there in that category as well,
Yeah.
but not most of them.
See, this is the group.
So after a certain point, these marshals will come to the side and they will give a clear ground to the cyclists.
Okay. So maybe for them it's kind of a warm up also.
Probably. So this is amateur 60 kilometers race, flagged off.
And you can see the day breaking now. You can see the sun.
Yes, yes, and
After.
the sun has come up. So this will, it'll slightly add to the, I will not call it difficulty, but it'll slightly add to the endurance. So, sun is up there, so more hydration will be required.
Yeah.
And heat, for definitely, because the kind of weather we have now in NCR, so definitely heat is going to be a factor.
And you
But
can see the group. It's a huge group.
yes, it's a large number, and then still people are coming from the
Yeah.
backside.
And it's a lovely shot also.
It's a beautiful drone shot, I must mention.
See, there is traffic movement on either side.
It has started.
This road is
here.
clear for the cyclists.
Yes, yes, yes.
So there is some kind of a, I would say, a sense of achievement, now, Lubna, when you finish a race. I remember meeting you at the Nehru Stadium also after your half
Marathon,
marathon,
yeah.
and of course, cycling we haven't had the opportunity. But what kind of sense of achievement do you get when you finish an event like this? I mean, it is taxing on the body. So how
So
long would you take to recover, say, that half marathon?
So first of all, I would want to mention there is a sense of achievement after completing every ride we take up. Every even if I go on a Sunday morning and I do a 5-10 kilometers or 15 kilometers, there is a sense of achievement and there is a sense of happiness. I must really mention here, there is a sense of happiness whenever you finish a ride, And when you complete an event like that, and yes, definitely there is a sense of achievement, and the kind of timing you cover it up in, and the kind of ambience you cover it up in, that is a beautiful thing. And depends, like suppose if we talk about the amateurs category, because elite athletes, they definitely have their own styles of cooling down and then stretches and relaxation. So after 60 or 100 kind of kilometer rides, you take at least a day of fatigue, depending upon, again, what kind of practices you've been into. Like if you're riding after a very long time, definitely your body will take some time and there will be a fatigue. But if you're a regular rider, 60 kilometers is just fine. You don't need, time to recover. You just go
Okay.
home, you do your stretches, and you're back. You may go for a meeting after that, or you may go for a picnic after that.
Right.
So it'll take 3 laps. I think it's a 20 kilometers loop. 60 kilometers is going to take 3 laps. And
Okay.
we can see this on the route map on the screen right now, which is a beautiful straight road with some lovely roundabouts we're crossing in between. And it's a thoroughfare thanks to the state government and traffic police and local police.
Yes.
And
Traffic police has a big role. I mean, they are,
certainly,
yeah,
because it's a huge amount of planning.
yes,
It looks to us, yes, it's just a road and we are cycling on it, but it takes on the back end, it takes a huge amount of planning and precautions and other thing. It's very important because we cannot it if an event is being organized, the local life should not be affected. There could be an emergency or anything. There are things which people do in the morning, even on a Sunday
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Life goes on, so it requires a huge amount of pre-planning.
Lubna, with this cyclothon, HCL wants to create a platform for elite professional cyclists to showcase their talent, but also inspire and motivate the young generation.
Yes, it is very important. These events really inspire people. Look at this fellow, I think, and these, and they come up so beautifully dressed up nicely,
Yeah,
and very interesting dresses some cyclists they do. And then sometimes some cyclists have their group jerseys, and it's beautiful to see them.
yeah. So the marshals have given way now.
Yes, now they have a clear ground and they will come up in their speed C.
But was it because of the number of participants where they are kind of guided to a certain point and
Maybe for
then
two reasons, to keep, because obviously there are set timings to start the race, but then, just
I see.
to keep, to keep a thoroughfare for the elite category race people to a certain point. Maybe there are some rules. Also to, keep the entire start thing into the bunch, if the front line has started and the rear guys will they'll come slowly. So keep them in a bunch and then just leave them all together
Okay.
after starting the ride. Obviously, at start point they're all together, but after coming into the flow, again bringing them together and then launching
Right.
them. So this is going to be the most interesting category to see.
Why?
As I said, there is a mix of people in it,
Okay.
and mix of cycles, mix of gear, mix of styles and trainings and practices. So you'll see a lot of mix in this thing.
Viewers, let me tell you that the theme of HCL Cyclothon emphasizes on the transformative power of cycling and its positive impact on individual well-being and environmental sustainability. So it is what should I say? The effort behind organizing this event is very noble, trying to reach out to the public, common man, and tell them the importance of fitness, yes, but also to look forward to train and participate in such events because, as Lubna was saying, you do get a sense of achievement even if you do a 1 hour cycle cycling in the morning on a Sunday or every day. When you come back, there is a sense of achievement, yes. And here I would say, like we have said repeatedly in the broadcast, that HCL, state governments, the police, and of course, public, they contribute to the success of such events. I must inform you that cyclists will be making various loops according to the different categories in which they will be participating. There are cyclists competing in major categories such as professional road race, which is 50 kilometers, amateur road race, 26 kilometers, amateur MTB road race, 26 kilometers, and amateur road race of 60 kilometers. And there is also fun riding category, which is green ride of 10 kilometers. So there is something for everyone in this event. The professional elite races on your screen. It's nearing maybe past the halfway stage, and I'm sure it's going to have a very exciting finish line.
It is stuck.
Monday.
It is chalu. So that's the route, and there are 3 laps in the 60 kilometers race ride, and starting from the ITDEA Chowk, Gore City Mall, and taking a U-turn from Banota village, coming to the Gorchak back via Gujjar Samrat Chowk. So if you see cyclists are speeding up right now, and so coming back to this is the elite category race cyclists.
Yeah.
So you could see the difference, right?
Yes. Very, very obvious. Yeah.
So the trick is, you start, don't, yes, we are full of energy and enthusiasm when we flag off, but then we should maintain the pace and cadence from that point only, so that, we can save the energy till the end of the race. And rather than, just starting off with the full energy, and maybe after a kilometer or two or maximum five, they get tired and then they slightly slow down. So that is the trick. And you learn all these tricks and techniques when you ride on your own. You ride with your own self, and then you realize what are your strength points, where you have to work, how you have to go. That's a beautiful opportunity to practice solo. And then, yes, definitely you need some fellow riders to learn the tricks and techniques with the exchange of thoughts. But sometimes with that practice also, solo ride helps you a lot to realize about your own strength and practices.
So it began at 5:50.
So that's the finish point, and we can see some of the elite cyclists they finish the race.
So this is what in about
So the professional category, some cyclists they're like approaching the finish line, some have crossed it. So it took them about an hour and 15-20 minutes. As I said, like an hour and 20 minutes to complete the 50 kilometers ride to the the first ones.
right.
Still, there are some elite cyclists who are going to finish the race, and probably another 10-15 minutes, I assume, more take to, complete all the elite cyclists to complete this race.
Oh, I see. Okay. And this amateur road race, sorry, which began at 6:55.
Yes.
How much time would you think would be a good time for a cyclist to
60
finish?
kilometers amateur, if they go on an average, when we say 18-20 kilometers per hour kind of an average speed, about like 2.5 hours kind of a time they will
Okay.
take.
Okay.
And simultaneously within this, other categories will also start.
So 2 hours would be a good time.
They should take, yes. That too considering on a good speed.
Right. But I think cycling to become popular, it'll have to be kind of authorities, the cycling federation. They can reach out to schools, try and encourage school kids to,
Come on the cycle.
yeah, because that is the right time and the age.
To inculcate the good
Yeah.
activities. Yes, you're right. I agree with you because, inculcating such habits from the childhood, it helps, and also it's a great part of their personality development
Oh
as
yes,
well.
yes. Because when you participate either as an individual or as part of a team, you learn so much. And the best part of sports, Lubna, is that you learn to accept defeat.
Correct,
if
correct.
if
And
you
that
may be
is
better than me, so I must accept that. Fine, Lubna was superior. She had prepared better, and she's a deserving winner. And I would need to kind of look up maybe next time when we compete if I can do better.
certainly. So that is the best part, and that is the beauty of the sports. When we see the race right now, there are some cyclists who are at the front, and there are so many who are trailing and then behind and way behind. And they're also, they're equally happy, full of spirit, full of enthusiasm, and they know their abilities. That is important, to know your own ability, and then yes, accepting defeat is yes, and then working further. Next time they work on it, they come in a better form. That is the beauty of these sports.
Yeah,
So I
correct.
think this is the amateur category we can see, and there is this one great cyclist who's leading the
Yeah, he's
channel.
been there in the earlier also, setting the pace.
So that's the elite category heading to the finish line, and they're speeding up all together as the amateur category people are also approaching from behind. So some elite category participants have finished. Some more are speeding it up to hit the finish line. And here we can see the amateur category participants going ahead, moving ahead on the track, and all in the different styles. And they're all enjoying the ride and speeding up. In the first few kilometers, they're going to speed up. So that's the amateur category cyclists.
I think they're still in the mode of picking pace.
They're like, all full of energy and then speeding up. So they're picking up the pace and
So 60 kilometers means obviously till halfway they try and test each other. Or like in golf, you try and beat yourself. But in cycling, do you uh, what should I say? Shruti Pandey.
so that's Shruti Pandey. So that's the lead board we have in here. Manav Bhardwaj, he completed in his pace is 21.13. So in the first place is Dr. Sumit Upadhyay, second place Manav Bhardwaj, and third place is Miss Shruti Pandey. So this we are getting information from the lead board.
That's Shruti Pandey. Yeah.
Happy cyclists we can see here.
I think maybe after about 20 minutes or so, we'll have certainly a leading group.
We will definitely. Maybe after about like half an hour of starting up, we can see the ones who are going to maintain the pace and cadence, and they're going to maintain it through the ride. And that is the like among the best techniques of long rides.
And what kind of challenge would there be for a mountain ride? I mean, there are some events. A friend of mine, he conducts near Shimla, but that is cycling and also bike.
So there are events, where you are like going for cycle rides or bike rides, and so depending upon, yes, because there are certain enthusiasts.
What is he trying to do?
He has come out of the group bunch and he sped away. He is fleeting.
So, which means he is not only setting pace, he's probably aiming to beat the rest of the field.
Actually, when you start in this kind of a bunch, when there is a large number of cyclists, so somewhere or other, even if you're you were practice or you can ride on a speed, then you're stuck somewhere in between the bunch. So slightly you have to find your way out and then speed up to the front. So you
There
can you
he is.
see, yes, hydrating themselves while just doing it. So that's again a flag off for the amateur 26-kilometer race category, which is amateur 26-kilometer race category. So there's a smaller distance of the same category. So where amateur 60 and amateur 23, if you're even less, you want to do it earlier, or you're less trained or practiced, so you can take this 26-kilometer category.
This also again is a big group.
Yeah, this is going to be a bigger group.
7:30 flag off.
Just started.
If only we could get the number of participants, it
That
would be
would be
interesting.
great. Yeah, yeah. So it'll be great to know the numbers, because there's a huge number of people I can see in this category as well.
What is this breakaway group? I mean, I don't see many cyclists.
So this is, yes, this is what I was talking about. So now, after starting in a very high speed, now they've come to their regular speed on what they're regularly riding.
Okay.
So different, all everybody has a different speed and cadence and style. So now you'll see much scattered crowd here. In contrast of what you saw in the elite category, they were mostly in one place,
Yeah.
riding either in trail or maybe in a bunch of two rows.
Yeah.
But here you'll see much scattered crowd, and as the category is going to like reduce to the amateurs and then smaller distance and other things, you'll see more scattered crowds.
Correct. I have seen cyclists in winter. They have these lights very prominent. What do you call tail lights?
Tail lights and headlights. So
Huh.
again, that is a part of your safety gear. Just as important your helmet is, you need lights when the daylight ends, and it is very important to mark your presence on the. Again, it's very important because of the size you are. You're on a cycle, and you're not motorized. You're not on a very high speed, and you're on your own. And then there are vehicles in heavy traffic. It is very important for personal safety as well to have front and back lights, with the with the radium stickers on your helmet, on your bike, shoes, wherever is possible. It is more important to mark your presence on the road
Yeah.
for your personal safety.
And I've seen over the years seen that the regular traffic, motorists or bus drivers, they now respect these cyclists.
Now they have started doing it. Initially, I can very well remember, it was not the scenario when I talk about 5 6 years earlier when I was riding, or I started riding. But now, yes, and it is very unfortunate to even mention, we came across and we witnessed quite a few incidents also. And where the cyclists, they lost their lives and things. But now I think awareness, as more and more, with the more and more awareness among the people, people have started respecting cyclists, which is very important. That is what we yet to learn, that has to go to the generals.
Yeah. And European cities, uh, they have dedicated lanes for cyclists.
Yes, 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 yes,
Dedicated
yes,
lanes.
yes,
So, which is, I mean, how the government encourages you to cycle to your
Cycle.
work or place of education.
And it is very important with the kind of climate change we're facing over these years.
Yeah.
That is drastic and terrible. So yes, it is, every individual could contribute to that thing by leaving least carbon prints,
Yes.
and using the natural ways and cycling their way maximum. Obviously we cannot always cycle, but wherever possible we should really cycle and commute.
But I think, Lubna, weather also matters. Because
It does.
European weather, it does
Actually,
allow you, I mean, encourages
through
you
the
to,
year.
yeah. But here
We have
in
extremes.
summer, it's very tough. Winter, you may still manage to cycle to
Through the
work
day.
or school or
Summer,
college
summer
every
is,
day.
yes, yes. It's not manageable.
And more many parts of India.
Yes, maximum parts of India. There are like very less cities with the moderate temperature through the
Yes,
year,
yes,
cyclable or, kind of that temperature.
true. This is a leading group.
Yes, this is the leading group.
It's good to see there's not much of pollution
Mm.
because it can impact your,
Cycling
yeah.
capabilities. Definitely it does because, when we are doing this kind of a heavy workout, so a lot of particle definitely goes with the breath.
But do you wear a mask? Do
We
you,
should not.
you should
We
not.
should not.
Acha.
While doing any activity, any physical activity,
Uh-huh.
cycling, running, we really should not wear a mask.
Right.
It affects the lungs because you have to breathe heavily in that case because
Yes.
then it gets stuck to your nose. I
Correct.
would strongly recommend we should not wear any kind of mask.
Correct.
See, we still have cyclists coming out from the start point.
Yeah. Which is
As I said, more and more categories you will go and you see more scattered crowds.
true. And it's good to see because they're still flagging off, which means good number of participants.
Certainly. So top five we have it from the lead board. Top five we have that is Mr. Ashish Sharma, Mr. Saifuddin Ghazi, Rehan Sheikh Ibrahim, Gaurav Kumar, and Mr. Sanjeev. So these are the top five finishers we have. I think it is from the elite class category.
Right. Very close. If you see the timings,
Yes, very
24
close.
or 1, two of them, 24 or 2, two of them. And after this, I mean, it is taxing. It tests your body. So, how
Definitely it
long would you
does.
give them to recover? A day or half a day or maybe an hour?
As I said, it depends on the kind of practice and training you've been through. Half a day is also fine, and a day is also could be required. Amateurs. Yeah, you were saying something.
As a regular cyclist, of course, I mean, of late you have taken a break. So, what is it that you learn from cycling as a sport? I mean, every sport teaches you something or other, but as a cyclist or cycling, what do you learn?
From my cycling practices and trainings and the kind of company I had, what I've learned is to train my brain. And it is important to train your brain rather than, definitely physical strength is required. That is the only thing with which we are cycling. But even more important is to train the brain. With that, if you're going 20 kilometers, but if you train your brain well, you can go 50 kilometers with the same kind of energy. So
Okay,
that is very important.
and how do you do that?
It is about, I must say, willpower that yes, I can do that. And then, covering the distances with the thought that yes, there is just that next 5 kilometers, next 4 kilometers, just till this point. So we keep telling our brain. Sometimes we also have to fool our brain. Say certainly we have to finish the race or to reach a certain point in a certain speed. So that is also very important.
This
So
is very interesting to fool your brain.
yes, it is important. And for anything, we can fool our brain and we can, get anything to done with this body.
Yes.
But yes, that we have to learn.
And they say, every sport, it looks very beautiful from outside. When you participate, you understand the degree of difficulty, the
Absolutely.
kind of fitness required. I
Absolutely.
mean, people say chess, you are just sitting on a chess board, on a chair, on a table, and playing the sport without running around, but it has its own challenges.
Certainly, and
Yeah.
it gives you similar amount of exertion. I must say, even if you're sitting on a table and a chair, you're playing a chessboard game, and it takes a similar amount of exertion if you're going out for a run or a cycle or any other physical activity. Because, yes, as I said, the body and brain is so connected. If your brain is even working out, so your body feels that kind of stress.
Yeah. Yeah. But there are many sports where your physical activity and your mental faculties will have to be in coordination, because there are times when your mind tells you to go on, but then you realize that physically it's very demanding, and then you have to cut down on the pace, on the workload. I mean, there are so many things in modern sports where you have to be a thorough professional if you want to do well.
Yes, and for anything, you need practice and you need training. You need the right technique. That comes on top, I must say.
Yeah.
Apart from practice and training, the right kind of technique is very important. That again is it's a factor affecting your physical strength and your speed and everything. As I said, if you're riding a geared bike, and if you know the kind of gear to use, I think we have the lead board in here, and that is leading with Mr. Hukum Subedi. His average speed was 34 kilometers per hour. Mr. Ashish Sharma on the number two with 24 kilometers average speed. Shaifuddin Ghazi, Rehan Sheikh Ibrahim, Gaurav Kumar, Sanjeev, Deepak, Sam Singh, Parminderjeet Singh, and Sanjeev Kumar Sharma with the respective speeds. And the least speed is, yes, an average speed is 24.9 kilometers of rest of these.
Which is good.
It's a very good speed. And these are like from the elite amateur race category.
Yeah. People are on a morning walk.
Yes, people are out. See, that's a chilled out rider enjoying their ride.
And nobody breathing down her neck. There
Yes.
is some. But this is, uh, I mean, it's not a competitive speed, right? They're just.
They just, yes, this is a ride. This is not a race. This specific one.
Yeah.
So as I said, people knowing their capabilities and still being a part of it. There is nothing to do with, there is somebody is going to stand first or second and there is a prize money. It is just the spirit of,
Spirit.
coming and being part of this
True.
event. That is the beauty of this event.
True.
They know their speed, they know their capabilities, and they're enjoying their ride.
He's already showing the victory sign.
Yeah, he's there. He's there. See, they're happy.
They're happy. They see that's what. Like you just said, the spirit.
Yes.
That is what counts.
So, and yes, that is how we keep ourselves cheered up while riding. We sing, we enjoy, and all these photography. It adds some fun. So that is
Yes.
how they keep motivated. They keep cheered while riding.
Correct. And good coverage, huh, Lubna? I mean,
Yes.
if you see, um, camera work is good.
Yeah, certainly.
Has there been a change in the leaderboard?
That is Mr. Shishir Kumar, Gaurav Kumar, Mr. Khushpreet Singh Oberoi from the leaderboard.
Yeah. I'm also looking forward to the green ride 10 kilometer
That is going to be the
fun.
most fun part. Yeah, and the riders are going to, you will see
What
the
will that?
happiest of the riders in
Okay.
that thing.
Yes.
See, happy riders,
Yes.
even here.
Big breakfast must be waiting for them at home.
Definitely.
A healthy one. So, what would your breakfast be on the riding days?
After rides or runs, I prefer to, I'm a non-vegetarian, so I prefer to eat some protein. Like I take eggs and then I take milk with followed with some fruits. And when I like, for the non-veg, so for the vegetarians, we can they can always go for the bean sprouts, maybe some paneer kind of a thing. Some protein is required because a lot of muscles have been worked out, so we need to take some protein after that.
And you're talking about some energy bars.
That we take while the ride we're on the ride or right before the ride, while keeping it light,
Huh?
and we have to fill ourselves as well.
Right.
So very important to maybe and it's not very important to go for like energy bars. You may munch on a banana, maybe you can keep a chocolate,
Yeah.
whatever is convenient and handy. So let us not, we really should not restrict it to some very specific thing, and let us not put that into people's mind. It is not very important to have energy bars. You can munch on a banana and carry on your ride. You can keep a chocolate with you. You may keep some toffees with you. It'll give you like energy thing. And that is just fine just to keep going.
And what before you begin the begin your day of cycling, before you step onto the
Cycle.
huh?
Okay, this is something I'm not a very, like
No,
I'm just
your
a regular
experience. Yeah.
person. Before I start a ride, I munch on some nuts, some dates if it is available, or I eat a banana before starting a ride. And sometimes I take a black coffee before starting a ride when it's on a very lazy day. I take a black coffee shot and I'm out. I'm flying.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
So that is very person to person thing.
Yeah.
But nuts and dates, they any day give you a good amount of energy. And you take nuts at least like 15-20 minutes before you ride. So by the time, energy breaks down and it gives you energy.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Have some fruit, have a banana, whatever is there. It is more important is to go out on a ride.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of sportsmen. If event is coming up, say a hockey match, football match, and cricket is different. You're playing the whole day. They they eat sparingly because you can't go into the field with a stomach full of
Yes, yes. So that is the reason we, keep it light, but the food which gives us energy.
Yeah.
Like, I said nuts, dates, maybe a banana, maybe a chocolate. And, through the activity also, it gives you the energy.
Yeah.
As we can see these cyclists, so they may keep, munching, they have with the back pockets something, and they keep munching on it. And that's the amateur category. Beautiful riders having individual paces and styles, and they're more importantly they're enjoying the ride. See, everybody is enjoying and happy,
Yes.
and they have their own kind of pace and cadences, different
Yes.
bikes, different speeds. So most we can see most here are like road bikes and cross country bikes are here.
Okay.
Very less of road bikes are here. Most are mountain bikes with the
Okay.
shockers. Yeah, most of them are the mountain bikes. If you see slightly thicker wheel,
Okay.
and they've got like good suspension.
Right.
Because road bikes, they don't have a suspension because
Okay.
they're meant for the flat trails,
Yeah.
for the for speeding and endurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all mostly
So
mountain
these
bikes.
would be expensive bikes, the mountain bikes or
Depends
road bikes.
again. Depends. You know what material.
Mhm.
Mostly road bikes are more costlier, but yes, there are mountain bikes which are very very costly depending upon the kind of shockers they have, the body material, frame material they have, the kind of gear set they have. So there is a there is a huge variety of price range and cycles.
And you have to know your cycle very well. I mean, if you should learn to repair it,
It is
because
very
a friend
important,
of mine does it. He says he can dismantle and put it back.
which is best thing to learn about. Though I don't have that skill,
Hmm.
but yes, it is very important. To clean the cycle, to wash it, to give it a lubricant. You get
Yeah.
to know. This is the basic thing every cyclist should know, should
Hmm.
learn. And this comes when you keep riding, keep practicing. You learn with the time.
But you learn to fix a puncture.
I did, yes. And to wash a cycle.
Wash a cycle, yeah, of course. I mean, like we all do, wash our cars.
Yes.
But I would love to see as many cycles, or maybe more, and bikes going off the roads in Delhi. It will be a great sight, good for pollution.
It'll be a
You
great
would
scene
have.
as well.
Hmm?
It'll be a great scene as well.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll see that day. I wish we see that day.
because
So,
yes, I mean, bike can take you faster with absolutely no effort. I mean, you don't compared to cycling, but if you go to work on a cycle and come back, that much of fitness is taken care of, and you're contributing to reducing the pollution.
correct. True. So, the day has come up well, and we can see now the bright sunny morning.
Yeah,
It'll slightly add to the efforts of the cyclist.
you mean it'll be
The heat,
heat
the
factor?
increasing
Yeah,
heat, it'll affect the cycling abilities of the riders.
yes. This is the amateur one, right? 60 kilometers.
Mm, yes, amateur. So it's going simultaneously amateur 60 and 23 kilometers.
Hmm.
So these are like mixed visuals.
Hmm.
So that's a huge bunch of people.
This is from the amateur 26 kilometers.
26, 60 kilometers.
Yeah. It's following the same route.
Yes, so there is this
There
one
is,
route,
huh?
yes, and then there are loops.
Yeah, like you said,
So the
loop. Yeah.
60-kilometer had like three loops,
Hmm.
and 23 may have like about a little more than one loop.
Right.
Slightly, it'll take a turn or something.
Right. Normally, Lubna, these roads would be full of cars and
Full of
full of
traffic and
traffic.
cars, yes, and madding crowds and
Yes,
traffic. And today it looks so peaceful and soothing. I think this
soothing.
view is a treat for eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. Cycling is also very popular at the Olympics, again because of the crowd participation, how they come and cheer, and the routes are so beautifully planned, designed, and planned to take you on a kind of a tour of the city.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what it will have. Some of the road race. I mean, otherwise events are inside the velodrome, so and they all look similar to it. So, of course, there are technical differences there, and
So we have again from the leaderboard, we have top five right now in this category: Shrey Agarwal, Karyappa Kukadi, Dishant Padmakar, Madhav Raj Prakash, and Shivam Kharat. So these are the five tops, leading cyclists in this category
yeah.
right now.
I think there was an effort to look for cycling talent in the Northeast. I remember there was a survey done, and they sought uh, cyclists from Northeast and from the hills. They have very strong physical structure needed for cycling. You don't have to be tall. You can be basically power in your legs, and like you say, toes. You
As we can see now, the cyclists have to put more efforts.
yeah.
So this is they're doing a drafting technique they were using now scattered again. So now they're trying to create a formation and riding in a trail.
Normally there would be 10 of them in the leading group.
Could be any number. Could
Any
be
number.
like 4 people, 5 people, 8 people, whatever. You know how the number of people they can coordinate together, non-verbal communication, they can do that.
But even the traffic I am seeing is missing. At some point, I remember there were cars on one of the lanes.
Either sides.
Yeah, but for quite some time now, I have not seen
We
any
can
traffic.
see if you see extreme right, there is moving traffic and towards
Yeah, there
left
is.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
And with the drone view, we could see on the left
Yes.
and right side, like for the traffic, it's a thoroughfare.
Yeah, yeah. So normally, like marathon runners, they pick a specific number of events to participate in. And are there cycling events where you would need to plan, say maybe 6 events in a year, or maybe I don't know. I'm just trying to find,
I
guess.
think depends upon like personal, everybody like personal preferences. They may go to as many events they want to, so it is fine. They can definitely go.
But you have done both, so recovery time, which requires more recovery time, running or
Marathon
cycling.
definitely. Running requires more recovery time.
I see.
Yeah, you need a full day's rest and you need to take a very good sleep after because your entire body is exerted, running it. The
Yeah.
entire your machinery is running only.
Yes.
On cycles, still you have, there is a machine which you're propelling. There is an ease. Slightly. I will not say it's very easy, but then yeah, there is a slight difference. So yes. So we have a view from the leaderboard. I'll shift it. So that's Mr. Rahil Bhatia on the front uh, place. Then next is Harshad Patel, Vaibhav Sharma, Himanshu Dabral, and Dr. Muhammad Akbar Khan. So these are the top five from the leaderboard cyclists in the first position, first five position. And now
It's a
this,
very small group, Lubna.
yeah, so this fellow, he gave chance to his fellow cyclists, and now he will come back in the trail. Did you just see that? He gave him a sign and he came back in the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how they draft.
Just seven of them.
Yeah, so you can just create a coordination, whatever number of cyclists it is, and then you flow.
Other than the Cycling Federation of India,
Yes,
which conducts
and that's a
events.
great initiative taken by HCL. Coming up with these events, and now they like started off like this, the fifth one in the row, and I hope more to come, more and more to come through the year
Yes.
and over the years. That's a great initiative. So we must really thank HCL for organizing such events.
It's a unique fitness movement for
Certainly.
cyclists.
Yes, yes. And it's a great, platform to invite more and more people, to inspire more and more people to come
Yes.
and be a part of it.
And like I think this could be this is the best part of the year where you can beyond this would be difficult on the cyclists, of
Yes.
course. I mean, with the heat
It
setting
will
in.
be, it will
Yeah.
be. So it is better to, earlier in the morning or later in the evening. It is better to ride. If you can avoid the sunny hours, you can still, through the year you can ride.
Yeah. And you have driven. I mean, you have done cycling. So is night cycling difficult?
Night cycling, yes, it is difficult, I would say, for the reason because evening is a time when most of the people are coming back from their works and respect. It is like shutting down time. So people are maybe sometimes in hurry, more relaxed, or while driving.
Do you think this is a very competitive speed?
That's a nice speed, yes. And they're
Yeah.
approaching, so they're going to pass away. Like they will like leave these cyclists behind as well. A lot of organizing and managing is involved. See, coordinations are
Yeah.
required.
So this should end flag off at 7:30. These 26-kilometer events. How much time do you expect? Half an hour,
Certainly, yes, yes, yes. It'll about that much time it will take.
which means it should be we should be getting the
For the green ride you're talking, right?
no,
For the
the
amateur
amateur
20.
road race.
So 7:30 it
Flag off was at
started, 26
7:30.
kilometers, and if they like average speed would be like 13, 14 kilometers of the average riders. So they will finish it off in about 26 kilometers in about 2 hours.
Amateurs will take 2 hours.
They're like completing it, even there will be some who will finish it in like very
Yeah,
less
yeah,
time
yeah.
as compared to them.
Yes.
But average, like the average people will take
Yeah.
that much time. So here we have from leaderboard from the amateur race 26 category, 26 kilometer category. And that is Mukesh Mehra, whose average speed was 26.4 kilometers per hour and net time was 29 minutes. Then it's Mr. Ravi Khan, same speed. I think average speeds were same as they were all riding together. Mr. Rajat Kumar, Vikrant Alekar, Ojas Bhangang, John Paul, Jalaj Arora, Santosh M, Ram Jadhav, Sheikh Kutubuddin. So these are the top 10 riders in this category, amateur race category. 26 kilometers.
It's a Khudbuddin. The spelling is very different. I have a friend called, his name is Qutbuddin. So
Oh,
we
is
used to
that-
call him Qutbu. Yeah. But his spelling was very different from what we saw just
Yes,
now.
yes. So actually, it is it is very important to pronounce somebody's name correctly. So
Yeah.
that's of utmost importance.
You remember Qutbuddin Aibak?
I've heard about him. Yes. So living around central Delhi, you
Yes.
come across so many names with the monuments around and the places around.
Fantastic monuments.
Yeah.
And you see, they have stood the test of time. They are as good as
Years and
they
years.
were
Yes.
constructed. The other day, I'd gone to the Lodi Garden. It's got so many different tombs.
Yes, it
They're
is.
all well maintained.
Nicely kept.
So, 8. We would have had finishers in professional category, amateur 60 kilometers category.
We have, yes.
Now we are left with this,
It is going on, yes.
waiting for this green ride.
This will again start in another, I think, half an hour. It'll start. Yes, about 40 minutes it'll start.
But that's obviously non-competitive, no? It says
Absolutely non-competitive.
fun ride.
It is going to be a fun ride.
Have you heard of any such events outside Delhi?
Yes, there are so many events. Even like HCL only organized HCL marathon back in like December. It was in Chennai. Before this, it was in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And so yes, they even the HCL only keeps organizing. And it's going to be multi city thing. And I really wish they go to more and more cities, expand more, so more and more people will get to chance
Correct.
to get a chance to participate in these events.
Correct.
And these kind of events are a great platform to bring people up, to come out of their hesitation if there are any kind of hesitation to ride on a road
Yeah.
along with traffic. So these, events, they provide a safe ground to the cyclist to ride freely.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, they've organized twice in Noida, twice in Chennai, once in Hyderabad.
Yes.
So not yet ventured into the Western India.
Yes, but
You
I'm
know,
sure they definitely would come up as they're growing, you know.
yeah.
I'm sure that I will soon see them doing multi-city events.
Yes. Bombay is one city I don't see many cyclists.
I saw a few, like whenever I go to Bombay and I go out for a run, I see a few cyclists, but I don't know if there are not many.
Pune has,
Pune have a
yeah,
lot of
a lot of
cyclists.
cities in small towns in
Yes.
Maharashtra they have cyclists. I mean, cycling is very is a regular mode of transport for them.
Hmm.
I remember seeing so many girls cycling to schools in
Mm,
Pune.
even in the rural areas, we see a lot of women. Even in Delhi, Gurgaon, you see a lot of
Huh.
working women commuting in their saris and they're going to the workplaces on cycle.
Yes,
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful scene. It's a
yes,
beautiful sight. Girls going to school when we go to some rural areas. Girls and boys going to school on their cycles with the school bags.
yes, and they go in group.
Yes, 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 yes,
They form a regular group,
yes.
and he's keeping time. So normally, would there be a indicator, or you'll have to wear a watch? Do cyclists have?
Yes, so there is an accessory, what we call it a speedometer. We put it on the cycle, and then there is a sensor which we put along the wheel of the cycle and the stroke there. So it takes the readings of the cadence, the number of rounds the wheel is taking, and the speed of the wheel. So
Okay.
it shows you all the statistics out there, the duration, the speed, the average speed. It shows it all, the cadence, everything it shows out there. And yes, there are other gears as well in your phone, in your watch, and so many things. There are so many things to
Yeah.
monitor it.
As it is these days, you have so many, all
Smart
these variety of
watches.
smart watches where
Absolutely, absolutely.
they'll just monitor your whole movement for the day, which is good. I mean, now the consciousness to be fit is is very good compared to what it was maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, there is a lot of development happening, so many changes, and which are for good. More convenience is there.
Yeah. And these are the same spots we keep returning,
Yeah,
of
so
course,
there's
with
a route with the loops, yes. And I think it's a 20 kilometers loop, as they said, like 3 round for the 60-kilometer race. So I could figure out it's a 20 kilometers
yeah,
loop.
yeah. And it's easy to maintain, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
certainly.
to monitor also,
Exactly.
because at some point you will have to give space to the general public to also
To
move
move.
around. This is maybe next time this is 2,500 registrations this year.
It
It
becomes
should
more.
double the next year.
I hope so.
What's the top five on the screen? What is that?
Rahil Bhatia, Momis Ismail, Harshad Patil, Vaibhav Sharma, Himanshu Dabral. These are the top five riders.
It's good to see the fact that the speed hasn't been sacrificed in the sense some of these groups are maintaining.
Yes. So that is very important to maintain the speed, So as we discussed, starting off with a high energy and then energy levels drop. So that is where we have to, take care of our speed and of our activity.
Yeah.
So if we maintain that slowly, steadily, we also achieve some good speed as well.
More than 10,000 cyclists, there's information across all editions so far. So, which is a good number. Yeah.
It's a huge number in over 5 events. If we just take an average of it, over 5 events, 10,000 people. So that is, yeah, like 2,000, 2,500 people per event. It
Yes.
is.
And cycling was also part of, on a different tangent, a very interesting part of our films.
Yes, a
There's
lot.
so many, if you go and see on YouTube,
Yes.
so many cycle songs.
So many cycle songs and beautifully pictured,
Yes.
covered. Beautiful cycle songs are there.
I remember there are so many of these songs based on centered around cycle, where college students, girls and boys, are going on a picnic
Ah.
on cycling.
Yeah, yes, and if you see a lot of pictures, the girls enjoying cycling,
Yeah,
boys
yeah.
enjoying cycling,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
there was a movie with the entire cycling race. It was based on.
Yes. I remember just, I think a few days ago, I watched an interview of famous film star Shobha Khote, who was a cycling champion,
Oh, is it?
state
Lovely.
champion. She was a
Lovely.
regular cyclist in those days, imagine,
Long
50s,
ago.
40s, 50s, 60s. There were a whole lot of cycling was very popular with the women.
Ah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And see, there was not less traffic, so movement was easy.
Yes. And it used to be, major mode of commute in
Yeah,
those times.
yeah. Absolutely. Public transport was not so big, and not everybody could afford to go in a cab, I mean, or say an auto rickshaw. But today, general traffic should have space and respect for cyclists, whether they are competing, I mean, the competitive cyclists, or a normal person who is going to, work.
Absolutely. So, yes, we all must respect cyclists, especially while, driving a four-wheeler vehicle.
Yeah.
It is very easy for us to hit the brakes and stop, but rather than cycling, So
Yeah.
we really must respect the cyclists on the road.
And my lasting impression of a man on cycling on a cycle is the postman.
Certainly.
He would go around on his cycle and deliver all the letters.
Yes, and it's a very elegant memory which comes, the picture which comes to our mind.
Yes, even today in our society, every morning this cyclist postman comes and
Oh, is it?
delivers. Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah, very interesting, and he's fit.
Well, actually, it is. It's very important. It,
Yeah.
it definitely adds up to your fitness levels.
Yes,
And through such events, we send that message to the society. So we have top 5 cyclists in here right now. Sanjeev, Vinay Goswami, Arun Lamani, Anton Devi Katov, and Dishant Padmakar.
Anton obviously looks a foreigner.
Sounds like Devi Aktov.
Yes. Maybe I'm so inspired now seeing this. I'll see and try and look at an opportunity to buy a bike,
Certainly,
a cycle,
you must.
right? And we can go on a ride
We must.
on your route. That
We-
route
we
was
can.
fantastic. I remember.
This
Of course, it'll take a while for me to
Come
get
down.
get that fitness. But your group was fantastic.
It was indeed. It was.
And when I learned the price of the bikes, I was very. I mean, they were not cheap. quite expensive.
Yes, there are some, when I say like there is starting from a very, very reasonable price and it may shoot up to the sky, depending upon, because we cannot restrict it to the costly and pricey bikes only. So it is for everybody. So yes, the range starts from the very reasonable amount as well. And yes, there are like, cycles which cost us fortune.
Oh, so how much would an average cycle come for? If I have to, if I need a cycle, a common man.
For this kind of a purposes, if you want, you may go for say around within like 8 to 15,000, you get a good bike with the gear.
Right,
You get a nice bike, doable bike, good
right.
one, and then you can ride and you'll get to practice your gears, how and when you have to change what set of gears you want from the front and back wheel. So that is also very important, and that's a warm up going on for the best of the
Yeah,
category, the green category.
yes. They needed more
They need more
because, yeah,
energy.
because they are not professionals now.
Yes, yes, yes.
I would love to know how the winners react because, like we have been talking, they'll go back with such a happy frame of mind.
Absolutely. With all that prize money.
Yeah. These loops have to be designed very carefully,
Exactly.
the most essential part of the race.
Yes. So with the least of turns and things, to keep it more straight. So here we have from the mood board top five people: Dr. Muhammad Akbar Khan, Himanshu Dabral, Vaibhav Sharma, Rahil Bhatia, and Vittal Bhosle. So these are the top five riders right now.
Dr. Khan has moved up.
Yes,
I
he was on the
remember.
fifth position
Yeah.
before this.
Vittal Bhosle is a new name.
Yes.
Dabral, Vaibhav, and Rahil have been.
Up and down,
Yeah.
like very close.
What was that? That was a different route. I mean, they were just.
They showed up something.
And there would be dropouts also, na, Lubna.
Yes.
I mean, somebody probably tired or injured or.
So they may, step aside if at all they feel like, so they can take a minute's rest or something.
Yeah. What was the first race was flagged off at 5:50, right?
550.
So another hour to go for the prize distribution, Lubna.
About that much, because I think at 8:40 and
Yeah.
in another like 20 minutes the green ride will start. That is
Yes.
10 kilometers.
Yes.
So I am assuming like about 45 minutes these guys will also take, maybe less they may take. So that much of time. So that is going to be half a loop only.
Okay. 20.
This lap is 10-20 kilometers.
Okay.
So
Right, right,
yeah.
right. Yeah. 10.
10, so half the loop. So there are the great prize monies we have in here for the winner in the professional elite race category. 15 lakhs is the top prize. For the amateur race category, 12.6 lakhs rupees is the prize money. Amateur MTB race, and all the participants are going to get a dry fit t-shirt, finisher's medal, a sling bag with goodies, then definitely their customized bib and timing chips, and obviously like on the course hydration support, energy and water energy things. They have medical support, they have zumba like warm up thing, and a healthy breakfast they're going to get. So that's a lot they're going to get this in value of money, and that's the route we see in here. And then there are certain U-turns, like if you see for the 10 kilometers they will take a 5 kilometers U-turn.
The prize money is very attractive.
Very, very attractive, and I wish all the best in advance to the winners.
Yeah.
Happy winners.
No, also for
Yes, for giving
initiative.
this kind of monies, absolutely. I think these are the fellows who have completed their races.
Okay. I would still love to inform the viewers the participation number. Some
Yes, we must that message as well.
it's not here.
Mm.
So welcome back, Lubna, to this probably the closing phases of this
Yes,
wonderful event.
certainly. Thank you so much. And
I've got a message that they've loved your commentary.
thank you so much. Our commentary, basically, it's a joint effort, and I'm learning from you.
No, no, no. It's my first time in cycling, so interesting. But it's a wonderful Sunday.
And I think I can see some nice speed as people are, as they're coming towards the closure of it. So they're trying to speed up and uh, finish it as soon as they can.
Yeah.
Still, we can see some nice, laid back, easy riders as well. And here, the most beautiful category is ready to start.
Yes. A category where you and I can go and participate anytime.
Certainly.
The fun category.
This is the most fun category.
10 kilometers and bang on time.
They're going to start.
Yeah. 8:40 is the time, so they're lining up. And camera work is very difficult. I mean, how
It
they
is.
sit facing the athletes.
And it's very really, it's a salute to them.
Yeah.
And it's a thing which comes, they must have learned after a lot of practice.
Yes.
And we can see a lot of very happy, joyful cyclists, very excited.
Yeah. And it's a good group again.
And people are posing for the drone as well.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, we are not able to give you the sound of the.
Yeah, actually, all those drums and
Yes.
things. So actually, at the start point of such event, it's a very ceremonial setup they have, and it's very encouraging setup out there.
So, what would this category? He's just alone.
I think he's leading them all, and he's looking back over and over again, and he's like speeding up and leaving other participants behind, and so now he has come up in his sprint mode, I guess. Lovely, lovely. That guy is putting up a really hard effort.
Yeah. So the senior police officers have come to flag off, I think.
Yes.
It's multitasking I like of police, trying to they organize, they have to be there to control demonstrations, to control protests,
Everything.
and then be here to chalk out the the cycling route or the marathon route.
Multitasking. We
Keep
really
the
must
public,
salute them.
yeah, we keep the public off the roads. It's not easy.
They have a tough job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is the fellow who's like putting lovely efforts, I can see.
Hmm.
And
On his own.
yes, yes, yes. He's leading them all. And he's leaving behind other cyclists so fast.
Yeah. He would be from the
And now we also have some audiences.
audiences have to be there. I mean, they are any sporting event without an
And
audience.
it's an encouraging thing.
Yeah.
See, the people are enjoying the view. And
Here one can understand, Lubna, because too early for them to step out on a Sunday.
But now it's like time people
Yeah,
come
now
out for
fine,
the
yeah.
day-to-day chores.
Yes. Definitely.
We can see the amount of traffic behind, so it's a nice wide day now.
And the seats, Lubna, they also must be coming in different
Sizes.
sizes and
So
comfort.
yes. So then on the race bikes we have very sleek seats, as you could see. And then some people add, people wear gel pants for their personal comforts, or then there are gel seats which we can put directly on the cycle seats. And then it is also very, very, very important to adjust the right height of the seat.
Okay.
Depending upon the athlete's height, the frame size of cycle is very important. And secondly, the height of your seat and the angle of your handle. These are small but very important things which affect your speed and your endurance. So one really must know these things. Like every small things has a detail in it. There is a helmet, there is a light, there is an angle, there is a posture, there is the cycle settings, and also the pressure in the air is very important. We have to check every time. So as a part of our cycling kits, as a part of our cycle accessories, the pressure pump is also very important. We keep it at home, we keep it in the cycle. That is a very important part of the cycling. All these things, every minor details has its own importance.
Our cycles used to have a ring, a bell.
Ah, yes, and now
So do you have a honk? I mean, do you have a horn in these
we have to
cycle?
use our own horns while
Okay.
when we get somebody, we have to alarm somebody. We just have to shout,
Oh,
shout to the maximum
but can't you have a
loudest.
horn?
We can, but what we believe when we are riding a road bike, the lighter bikes, we believe to keep the least of the things on the bike. Whatever is important, we keep the hydrations, we keep the gear meter, maybe the puncture kit, maybe the what do we call a handy pump. But we avoid to keep any accessory which we don't really need to use, like a cycle stand, like a back stand, or anything. We don't keep it. I don't even have a stand in my cycle,
Oh, is it?
and that is just for to reduce the weight.
Oh,
Mostly cyclists, they don't have a stand in the cycles.
okay.
And here I'm specifically talking about the road bikes, the endurance
Yeah,
bikes.
yeah.
But so many cyclists, they have this ganti pop-up things, like the honks they have. But I usually shout.
Ah, achieved.
Yeah. And now this is going to start, and everybody looks so happy, so cheerful. Finishers. Uh,
I like this feeling that he's so elated
yes.
having finished the race.
And this is the point where we feel the happiest when we touch this thing.
This is what you set out for, na, in the morning.
Certainly, yes.
Whatever it could be 60, 50, 20, 10.
Any category.
Yeah. Always happy. Good to see in the finish.
The finish line. See, these are the happiest of the participants.
Another minute for the flag off.
Yeah.
Was set. This is also good, impressive group, Lubna.
Happy people.
Yeah. I appreciate their effort. They have come out on a Sunday. They must have come in early morning. I mean, coming to the place also, it must have been an effort
Correct.
with their bikes. I mean, of
Correct.
course, they may have cycled also, those who are within the range.
Most of them, they come cycling for the events only.
Okay.
So any
8:40.
minute they're going to start the ride. So I can see one fellow with the flag, Indian flag, on his cycle.
Yeah. The Dholwalas have also now given up.
So this is the last category race being started off. I think after this, at least Dholwalas will get a, get a goodbye.
Yeah.
Here we see a variety of people,
Yes.
a larger variety.
There's just one lady I saw in the front. That's it.
Mm.
Not many. We haven't seen many so far.
This I think yes, not much. And here people are finishing one after another.
Yeah. Yours is iPhone, no?
नहीं OnePlus.
Yeah, same. नहीं.
So I assume had this event been in Delhi, there were like more people. What do you think?
Yeah, to watch?
No, to
To
participate.
participate, yeah. But still, I think if you wanted, I mean, if from it's Delhi NCR, but I would have expected in Delhi more spectators. They would have come and cheered.
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
do.
They're all kind of restless, wanting to just take off.
But I think time is it's 8:44 now. I think it should have started by now.
Yeah, would this be because somebody would be, I mean, the route has to be clear for them? No.
Maybe yes, because there is a loop, smaller loop,
Yeah.
and the previous race category are coming return from the bigger loop.
Yes.
So maybe yes.
But I'm glad to see so many enthusiasts. They are regular They have to be regular cyclists.
Has to be. Matlab maybe, yeah. So now it's started.
Yeah.
The last category race is flagged off, the green category.
It's quite a big group.
Yeah, it's a large group.
I would have loved speaking to them, at the venue.
Venue.
So, because it gives you a different perspective.
Certainly, yes. And then we can see the energy levels up there
Yes.
and we try to match it.
By the time they finish, it would be what you said, about 10.
About like it's 8:45 now and it's a 10-kilometer thing. They'll take about an half an hour. I think by 9:15 this race will be finished and then the prize distribution ceremonies are
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to start.
They're still coming.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite a big group.
Yeah, this was the guy who was at the front.
They're right
There
at
are
the
more
back.
more coming.
Yeah.
There are like a lot. Actually, there are a lot. So as I said, this is going to be the largest group
Yeah.
and more scattered. And we can
Yes.
see some participants in uniform as well coming from the forces.
Oh, yes. They are. Home guards. The dress looks like home guards. So, are you going to target sometime going and competing in a country abroad? There are so many events happening overseas
Hopefully,
also.
yes, if I get to practice that kind of practice I'm able to do, definitely I would love to go to Paris for a ride.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most beautiful places to go for a cycle ride.
Yes. Most of the Europe.
Actually,
Most of
yes,
the
through the
Europe.
Europe,
Yeah,
you will
yeah.
get that kind of a culture in train.
There are groups, Lubna, who don't go to compete. They go and cycle. You get
Just that, yeah,
cycles on hire and explore the place.
explore the place. Yes, and I think that's a very that's the beauty of it.
There's nothing like driving through a countryside with so much of greenery.
Absolutely.
And like I said, people cheering enthusiastically.
That is important.
You can see more of traffic on the sideways now. Unlike when we began and the sun is out.
Completely. So now it's like, it's more heat and it's going to affect their speed and their energy levels.
Correct.
But cyclists are more relaxed,
Yeah,
laid
yeah,
back,
yeah.
not in a hurry.
Absolutely. And they know their body well, they know their bike well, they know the where they stand, so they don't have to push
Absolutely.
themselves. Returning.
They're returning. So they will take a U-turn from a shorter loop.
Okay.
5 kilometer up and 5 kilometers down.
Right. Seriously, I don't mind training for the next year's event.
You want to? Oh, I wish you all the best. And you just buy today only. You buy a cycle. But you really must experience it. You'll enjoy it, and the kind of energy level we have on the grounds, that is unmatchable. We cannot experience it from here only.
Correct. Absolutely. I'll go and request HCL to introduce a senior citizen category.
It is the green ride is like that kind of a
Yes.
category only. But there are in some events there are these categories.
I think most sports worldwide they have introduced a category for senior
Senior
citizens. They want
citizens
people like us to
come and participate and show up.
and feel the younger days
Very
when you
important,
would
very
have
important.
been a more
As I said, to fool your brain.
yes, fool your brain. Yes, absolutely. But sports is something very amazing. How it brings people together, and how you set new benchmarks with your physical effort.
Abilities,
Yeah,
yes. And yeah, even with the right kind of practices and with the what should I say, discipline. Discipline is also very important with the sports, and you can achieve new heights every time.
correct. Here you can see, I can see a ambulance. Probably more needed in this category because they are not very well trained.
Yes, but I think medical support is provided through the event.
Yeah, yeah, different points. Because
Yes.
here I'm just seeing it for the first time on screen.
Yes, 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 yes,
Otherwise,
yes,
they would
yes.
have posted these
Somewhere,
vehicles. Yeah.
yes. It is done. The people are winding up now from here,
Yes,
and
the
now it is
Dholwalas can have
about.
a cup of tea now. Hard work.
It is indeed.
What happened? So, because they must be getting ready for the prize distribution also now, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. They have to prepare the space for that as well. What happened to the event? Is it that we have to speak?
No, they have. I will go back, I think, after a while.
So here we can see some easy peasy riders enjoying their ride on a bright sunny morning.
Yes,
Happy to ride.
absolutely happy to ride. And the fact is that the serious ones, I mean, the competitive guys, have done their bit,
Yes,
won the event, and they must be relaxing now to collect their prize money.
yes. Now they must be enjoying their delicious breakfast.
Yes, yes. So, Lubna, has your group grown? I mean, or do you have different groups in Delhi for cycling?
There are various groups in Delhi for cycling, and which is good. There has to be a group. I think in every locality, so that people find it convenient to when they start early in the morning to to gather in the nearby locality and don't ride solo in the early hours, especially for girls and young people. So, even right now there are so many cycling groups in Delhi, but what I feel is every locality should have some sort of cycling group or cycling club, so that people who have to start early or who want to go for regular rides, they find company in the nearby vicinities, rather than going from one location to another to meet your cycling partner and then going out for a ride.
So in Delhi, which would be your ideal route if you were to plan one from where to where? I mean, say for a 10-kilometer event, which part of Delhi would you pick?
My personal favorite is Central Delhi, and that is where I usually ride. Early morning times in Central Delhi are beautiful, and with the amazing roundabouts and straight routes, starting from say Nizamuddin, you go up to India Gate. You may go up further to the Connaught Place and other places. So it's a very safe vicinity to ride in, and then it's safe for in terms of security and safety. Being a girl,
Yes, yes.
so I I must say that.
And you always prefer early morning?
I prefer early morning. Actually, I'm a morning person.
Yes. I had to reach Qutub Minar at 7 in the morning to catch up with your group.
Ah, and we went riding there. We went there cycling.
Breakfast was samosa.
It was samosa chana. So the right set of gears, a combination of right combination of gears is again plays an important role. If we can see in here, some cyclists are like, pedaling very fast, and some are like trying to put a lot of effort on the pedal. So that is where the knowledge of right set of gear help you. That is something very important.
Correct. I mean, it eases the.
It eases as
Huh.
if you're going up and you drop the front gear, you raise the rear gear, that you would set a combination,
Uh-huh.
and then you don't have to put extra effort up. See, on the same effort, same cadence, you keep going,
Yeah.
and that is where your training shows up. If it is an incline, if it is a straight trail, or if it is a slope, your cadence has to be same, and that is how you have to quickly set the gears. If you're going on a straight trail and then comes a flyover, the moment you're climbing up the flyover, you have to put up such a set of gear, so your cadence doesn't change up. You're pedaling on the same pace, so that is how it helps and it works.
Right.
So all the happy green cyclists. So the start point is just cleared now.
Yeah.
Everybody is gone.
Yes. I'm sure people who must have watched the stream would be encouraged to to do some cycling,
I'm
maybe twice a
sure.
week, thrice a week, you know.
And I wish people get inspired with this thing.
Yeah, and a clean sport.
Huh, very.
I mean, when the competition increases, there have been some cyclists who have used unfair means to win. And I remember Lance Armstrong was such a huge role model for cycling the world over, and how he ended in disgrace. Sad, but all
Yes.
that has changed now. People have realized that it's always better to stay clean.
Correct, correct. It's very important as well.
I think it comes from the desire, Lubna, to when the prize money is an attraction, no doubt.
Definitely.
But when you become desperate to win prize money, that's when you kind of
Do some
yeah,
unusual things. And that is
yes,
not right.
yes,
You have to also understand your body abilities and when and how to push. Like you can, we definitely need to push to reach to a new, achievement.
yeah,
But there has to be a right way, a polite way, because it's our body.
of course. And you also have to have a tremendous lung power, no,
Yes, yes,
to
very
become a good
important.
cyclist.
Very important. And that again we develop with the more and more we practice, so it gets developed.
Slowly, they are just reaching the finish line
Yes,
and
yes,
just
lovely.
wanting to collect your certificate and go home and
Absolutely.
relax.
And have a good Sunday.
Yeah, have a good Sunday. Would it have helped if they had identified with a particular color T-shirt for a particular
Actually, I
event?
was thinking that thing, the different categories should have been color coded with the t-shirt, because when we were looking at the screen, so we could not figure out which is amateurs 60 kilometers category and which is amateur 26 kilometers category. So definitely, at least, it should be color coded with the t-shirts. Very important. Although it is color coded with the bib colors,
Yeah.
but it is important.
Just trying to see the.
I think slowly green race riders are finishing, because if you see the other side road is it's open for the traffic. If you
Traffic.
see, yes.
Okay. But would they have covered 10 kilometers?
No, 5 they must have covered. They must
Okay.
have taken the U-turn. So other
Right, right.
side road is vacated for the traffic now.
Okay. You're right. And there is prize money for this event also?
I don't think so. No, no,
No.
no, no. There's no. Only for first 3 categories
Yeah.
is a price
Yeah.
price amount. See, the traffic is
Yes.
started on the other side.
Yeah. So this is what, Lubna, I mean, you have, they know there is no prize to be won, but still they've come to participate.
Correct, correct, correct.
because that event was the earlier categories were competitive, where they were cycling to win a prize, cash
Yes.
prize. But here they are just cycling to kind of promote the spirit.
Correct, correct, correct. So I think this last category is more for that, promoting among the people, those who have don't have that kind of riding practices. They can come down for a smaller distance, shorter distances.
Yeah, and 10 kilometers is fine. I mean,
It's fine. It is
yeah,
doable even without any practice.
yes. They're taking their own videos.
They do this. Even I used to do sometimes. When I used to ride a mountain bike, I was easy comfortably. I could take videos,
Uh-huh.
but not on my road bike.
Why? What is the difference?
The handle is smaller. I think
Okay.
I don't kind of balance it with one hand, and I'm scared.
Right.
I think these all participants are nearing the finish line. So many finishers.
These are all green line.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Which is good. From it started at 8:40 in about 25 minutes.
About just that much time.
Would you have taken 25 minutes?
Uh,
Less.
Less for 10
Less.
kilometers. Yes, less, 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 less.
Do you know?
So more and more people are coming and finishing it up.
Like you said, it's the shorter distance. So, but they've had a wonderful time. And
I'm sure they have. They are having it.
the only thing is, from the studio, you can't feel the ambience.
Ha.
But
Correct. True.
yeah,
True. I agree. But the energy levels on the ground are much higher.
yeah, definitely. I saw him at the beginning. I remember, and they're together.
And they were like standing at the front.
Yes. Picking up speed at the finish line. One gentleman has given up. He is walking with a cycle.
Oh, itne mein, like he got tired too early.
Lubna, I was wanting to ask you this. Remember when you were reading out the recovery partner hyperize? What is this recovery partner? I mean, the
I think recovery partner is, the
do you need
um,
ice treatment?
yes. So we do ice treatments. For the cramped muscles or something, they put the ice packs out there.
Yeah.
So maybe on the hydration stations or at the end point, they might be providing with some ice bags to the participants.
Okay. That's what. There's a pain relief partner. I like this pain relief partner, recovery partner.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Venue partner, Go City Mall.
Medical partner is HCL Healthcare,
Yeah, they have their own.
healthcare system.
Cycling Federation of India would have provided the technical support
Correct.
of monitoring,
Hmm.
planning their route,
Ha.
all that. Because obviously they are good at it. Lubna, they're finishing in large groups now.
Yeah, because it was a smaller distance ride, and there was a huge number of riders in this category. So we can see bunches and bunches coming towards the finish line.
Winners,
I think they are heading for the prize distribution
yeah.
ceremony.
Lubna, this wonderful Sunday is coming to a finish. The cyclists are nearing the finish line and preparations are on for the
Prize
prize
distribution.
distribution.
Muskan. To all the winners who will be joining me on stage, I request you to please join me from the right side. That is your right side of the stage. And the second position is being secured by Chayanika Gogoi. Chayanika Gogoi, who is the second position female, and the person who is on the very first place is Swasti Singh from Orissa. Swasti Singh from Orissa. And Chayanika Gogoi from RSPB. Requesting my dear winners, the dynamic lady group of riders, all the three winners. We have Muskan on stage with me. I request Chayanika Gogoi from RSPB to join me, and the lady on the first position, Swasti Singh from Odisha, to join me.
We request Chayanika and Swasti to please join us on stage.
Attention to all the riders. I'm sure you all know that we have the prize distribution. Everyone in your heart might feel कि मुझे भी prize आए. So all of you, please be ready. Be quick, like you like you rode on the road. Please run like a marathon and come on stage if your name is announced. All the winners, please join me from your right side of the stage, please. All right, we have the ladies with us, the beautiful in terms of beautiful heart and the riding spirit. Can we cheer for them? Woo! Congratulations to the three girls who are here with us.
I would request all three of you to please step on the podium, and I would request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy for the second runner-up.
Let's make some noise, everyone! Woo, woo, woo!
I request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy for first runner-up.
We had Muskan from Gujarat. We have Chayanika from RSPB. Hearty congratulations, my friend. And finally, we have the winners.
I request ma'am to please hand over the trophy to the winner.
Swasti Singh from Odisha. Congratulations to all three of you. You set some new benchmark and examples for the people who get motivated and participate in events like this. Adapting cycling as one of your healthy lifestyles. Congrats once again.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the winners, and congratulations. I would request to please pick up your checks.
Woo! Let's hear a huge shout out again for all the winners getting their checks, everybody. That moment of smile shows everything, my dear girls. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, and we have the next set of awards coming up. So we have the same criteria for men. And on the third position, we have Dinesh Kumar. Congratulations, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, IAF, who's on the third position. On the second position, we have Surya Thatu from Maharashtra. And on the first place, we have Sahil Kumar from IAF. Congratulations once again. Congratulations once again to Mr. Dinesh Kumar on the third position, Surya Thatu on the second place, and on the first position we have Mr. Sahil Kumar for all of you.
Congratulations, all of you, and I would request the second runner-up to please step on the podium, and I would request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy. up to please step on the podium.
Congratulations! Come on, people, we can do better than this. Yes.
And now the winner, I would request ma'am to please hand over the trophy.
Woo, woo, woo. All the dynamic gentlemen on stage. I repeat once again, Dinesh Kumar from Indian Air Force on place 3. On second position, Surya Thatu from Maharashtra. And on the first place, Sahil Kumar from Indian Air Force. Woo! We request you to now pick your checks up and go to the glory. Woo, 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 woo. Congratulations and thank you to once again all the winners. And my dear friends, you're doing an amazing job. So we move now to the next category of winners, and that is 26 kilometers amateur road race. First, we start with the females category. So all my females, you got to be a little quick this time, okay? On the third position, we have Barnali Mahela. On the second position, we have Anushka Raut. And on the first position, we have Siddhi Wafulkar. Congratulations once again to all the 3 winners.
I request all the winners to please join us on stage.
We have Barnali Mahela, Anushka Raut, and Maharashtra Police Siddhi Wafulkar. Woo! Look at the participants that we have today, guys. Be it any profession, दिल से cycling को adopt किया तो कोई भी profession हो, you gotta make everyone proud. Am I right or am I right? Yes. Welcoming all the winners on stage. On the third position, Barnali Mahela. On the second position, Anushka. And on the first position, Siddhi. Bib number 26271. Siddhi. We have the first position winner already here with us. Do we have the second and the third positions also with us? Anushka Raut, bib number 26139 and 26395, Barnali.
I would request the second and the third position to please join us on stage.
Once again, calling bib number 26139, Anushka, and 26395, Barnali. The winners, 26395, Barnali Mahela on the third position, 26139, Anushka Raut on second position.
We are waiting for Anushka to join us on stage.
If Anushka is not here, maybe we can proceed with this pricing. Yes, distribution.
Then we'll move on with the prize distribution.
All right, I think Anusha is not here with us. Maybe she is not around. Until then, we cannot wait for Anushka Raut if it's getting too late. All right, so our team says that we're going to evaluate for the results and come back on this one. right? I request everyone who's here to please calm down, baby, calm down. We're going to come back with the results, I promise. So yes, please. Thank you.
All right, then I will request the winners to please step on the podium, and I would request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy for the second runner-up.
Congratulations to the lady at the third position, Bornali Mahela, 26395.
And now the winner, I would request ma'am to please hand over the trophy.
Congratulations to you. Siddhi, we are proud to have you with us. Thank you so much. To the winners, this is surely your moment, your time. Let's make the most of it by giving a big smile. And the next category is 26 kilometers amateur road race male. And I would request all the male winners, while I call your name, quickly join me. On the third position, we have bib number 26313, Angad Veer Singh. 26313, Angad Veer Singh. On second position, we have 26179, John Paul. 26179, John Paul. And on the first position, backed by 26312, Harsh Pawar. Harsh Pawar, bib number 26312. So happy to see my winners coming with all that smile and enthusiasm on stage. Fantastic. Come on, join up. अरे सर, आपकी एनर्जी तो सबसे ज्यादा लगती है मुझे जब से महाराष्ट्र जय महाराष्ट्र जय. Thank you so much everyone. I know that we love our country. Bharat Mata ki! Thank you. I request the dignitaries to please do the honors.
Request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy for the second runner-up.
Come on, let's make noise for the winners, everybody!
I request
He
the
is
first runner-up to please get on the podium, and request Shikhar to please hand over the trophy.
Congratulations to Angad and John Paul, third and the second positions. Woo, 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 woo!
And now the winner, I would request the winner to please step on the podium and request ma'am to please hand over the trophy.
Congratulations to Harsh Pawar. Come on, boys. Smile. Yay. And now we'll be moving on to the next categories. Thank you so much to all the winners. Keep inspiring. The next category is 26 kilometers amateur MTB road race. Those blue colors and the orange bibs. The blue bibs, right? The blue bibs. Are you ready? Okay. So for starting with the females, on the third position, we have bib number 26640, Manali Ratnogi. Manali Ratnoji, 26640 bib number. On the second position, we have bib number 26800, Sandhya Maurya. And on the first place, we have 26616, Siddhi Shirke. Kya baat hai! Congratulations, dear winners. Please join. I announce the names once again. On the third position, we have bib number 26640, Manali Ratnoji. Second place, 26800, Sandhya Maurya. And on the first place, 26616, Siddhi. Congratulations to all the winners. Looking for the person on the second place, Sandhya. Sandhya Maurya, 26800 to join me on stage, please.
Do we have Sandhya?
Sandhya, wave your hand if you're coming. Yes, come on, faster. You're gonna do it like this is a marathon. Woo woo. उसको थोड़ी जगह दे दीजिए प्लीज. Kindly spare some place for her to come on stage. Thank you, dear friends. साइकिल चलाएगा इंडिया, आगे बढ़ेगा इंडिया. Woo! Thank you to all the participants once again for being here with us as super energetic crowd. When the awardees get the awards, I wanted to make the loudest noise that you ever made. Can we request dignitaries to please hand over the trophies now?
I would request all the podium finishers to please step on the podium.
We have Manali Ratnoji on position number 3.
Shikhar, to please hand over the trophy to the first runner-up.
Sandhya Maurya for you.
And now the winner, ma'am, please hand over the trophy to the winner. I would request the winner to please step on the podium.
Let's give a big shout out for Siddhi, everyone. Kya baat hai Siddhi, that all that josh and all is coming on stage from you. Wow. Pick up your checks now, there's all for you. Yes, go for it. 3, 2, 1, let's cheer for them, everyone. Woo! Congratulations to the girls on stage. We are happy to have you. Keep inspiring many more women. Okay. Lovely, lovely. And now the next category is 26 kilometers amateur MTB road race, the blue bibs, male. But then before that, आपको किसी ने ताली बजाने से या सीटी मारने से या पुकारने से रोका है? नहीं ना? नहीं ना? So can we do that? Thank you. And now calling the gentleman on the third position for 26 kilometers MTB road race is 26602 Vaibhav Sharma. Congratulations, Vaibhav. Third position seeker 26602 bib number. On the second place, we have the bib number 26601 Himanshu Dabral. 26601 Himanshu. And on the first position, we have 26683 Dr. Muhammad Akbar Khan. Congratulations to the gentlemen joining me on stage, Vaibhav, Himanshu and Dr. Muhammad Akbar Khan. Requesting the dignitaries to do the honors now.
Requesting all the podium finishers to please step on the podium and Shikhar to please hand over the trophy to the second runner-up.
Can we hear it for Vaibhav Sharma, everyone?
And now for the first runner-up.
Himanshu Dabral for all of you.
And the winner, I would request ma'am to please hand over the trophy.
And the winner, Dr. Muhammad Akbar Khan for all of you, everyone. Woo, 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 woo. Fantastic to see these dynamic gentlemen on stage waving all the way with their trophies. Request the winners to please pick up the checks. They all belong to you. Come on, gentlemen, a little bit of smile with add on to your picture. The victory smile, yes. Can we do the cheering, everyone? 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much and congratulations once again to all the winners. We will be announcing the 60-kilometer category winners in some time. But before that, I would request CP ma'am to please give a small token of appreciation from HCL side to Mr. Shakti Avasthi, DCP Civil.
Making the moments even more special with your energy.
So we are giving 500 smart watches to the traffic and the civil department so that they can maintain and track their health. So that is a small token of appreciation for helping us out and supporting HCL Cyclothon in such a long run. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your support, gentlemen.
I would also request Mr. Lakhan Singh Yadav to also join us, DCP Traffic.
Thank you, dear lady. Thank you to the entire team for always being there as a great backbone support for our events. Thank you.
I would now request, ma'am, if you could say a few words.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today?
Woo!
That's good to know. Did you enjoy your morning in Noida over here? Welcome to Noida. On this third edition of the annual HCL Cyclothon, we are here to celebrate the joy of being a young man or a woman for all our lives, the joy of being physically fit enough to enjoy this warm sunny morning. HCL has strived a lot to bring about this sporting event to Noida, and it has truly picked up colors this year. We here, on the behalf of the state government and the Gautam Budh Nagar Police Commissionerate, are looking forward to make this an annual sporting event, which comes up on the calendar of UP government also. Lot many foreign sports enthusiasts have also been here and have been a integral part of this event. We are looking forward to more professional participation from the next year. This is one event which is tuned to look at things from a different perspective, and I'm very happy to see people from all walks of life, all parts of India, and all parts of professional backgrounds gearing up for cycling today. We have deigned to make it an enjoyable experience for you, and we hope that this march progresses forward on. Not taking much of your time. This is a sunny morning after a robust spurt of lively activities. This is time to enjoy the feast the Noida chefs can offer to you. Hope you enjoy the stay over here and hope you make it an annual participation event for yourself. Looking forward to see you next year also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And to keep the spirit of fitness and cycling alive, we would be starting with once a month, one Sunday every month, we would be blocking some road around HCL Tech 126 so that it's a vehicle-free, traffic-free area for all the cyclists to come and enjoy a good ride.
Woo! What a fantastic news for all of us. Wonderful.
आप में से कितने लोग हर संडे साइकिल चलाने को तैयार हैं? हाथ उठाएं। बस थोड़ा सा हाथ और ज़्यादा हुआ. So we can promise you a smooth stretch of land, a good cycling track without any obstructions on the road, and we will make appropriate arrangements and hope that you will make that cycling track an weekly event over there. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि शुरू के 4 संडे तो बहुत अच्छा पार्टिसिपेशन हुआ और उसके बाद जो है सबको बहुत अच्छी सी नींद आने लगी. According to the weather conditions, we'll be shifting the timings of the track activity also. As of now, the promise stands true, and looking forward to see you there next Sunday. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, ma'am. This really means a lot for all those people who are so passionate about cycling. Thank you for this lovely announcement, and your interest in all the cyclists means a lot. Can we say 3 cheers? Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Wow, all the cyclists, we come from different age groups or whatever, but then we all are one at heart because we love to be fit with cycling. In a very short time, we'll be having the next set of results, but then until then, over to my friend, let's see what's next on agenda. Until then, my friend DJ, also do the honors to keep playing some music at the back end. Yep.
Thank you so much to all the dignitaries, and I would request all of you that we still have 60-kilometer prize distribution left. So I would request all of you to wait for a few minutes, and then we will be announcing the final category.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. Keep inspiring, keep rising and shining. Thanking all the volunteers who have been supporting us all the while. Thanking all the riders. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. We have the final results yet. So stay around. Our DJ will play music. So dance along with all of us. Let's make this moment more happening by staying connected together. Let's not go back home so soon. Abhi to din pura hua bhi nahi hai. So let's back enjoy everyone. And let's shake a leg together. Hey, 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 hey.